AQB. Well, tonight, TCPS football, their last game of the year as they take on Vardaman. 9 seniors will be going out and putting on the pads and helmet for the last time for the Eagles. And Greg, you've been there, I've been there, a last of anything in sports. Boy, it's an interesting mindset, isn't it?
It is. It's a bittersweet time. Obviously, you want to leave everything on the field, Steve, as you know. And coming out on a night like tonight, especially, too, they're going to have the adrenaline pumping. So I bet those guys are not too cold out there right now, too. But, again, it's just a bittersweet time. As parents, as players, as everybody out there. I know you've got a senior out there tonight, so it's going to be a tough time. But I think Coach Holliday's got them pumped up, ready to play.
It's amazing. I was talking to a couple seniors. We've got a really unique halftime show. So if you're an Eagle fan and it's a little bit too cold for you to be out here today, hang out at halftime. I had a chance, Greg, to sit down with all 9 seniors and spend about 2 minutes with each of them and get a chance to ask them some questions, some serious, some not so serious. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. You were telling me about it before, and that is kind of special, too, when you got 9 guys, obviously, as a senior class, to get a chance just a couple of questions to their kind of final answers, final hurrah in at least the game of football. They've still got, obviously, still seasons left, too, in the school year. But, again, it's going to be pretty interesting to listen to it.
Well, tonight, Vardaman comes to Belden, Mississippi, and these guys are for real. They're ranked number 1 in the district and number 2 in the state. They have not lost one football game. They beat all the Powers, the Faulkners, and the Smithvilles, and these guys are for real. And so tonight, the Eagles, who come into the game 0-9, no wins and 9 losses, they will have their hands full. And really, when you talk about Vardaman, Greg, you talk about 2 players. You talk about the quarterback, Cody Jenkins. He is a senior. He's 6'1", 180. He can throw. He can run. And Dante Walker, 7 interceptions on the defensive side. He leads Vardaman with 728 yards, and Coach Hollis likes his squad.
Exactly. When you got 2 playmakers like Cody Jenkins and Dante Walker, those 2 are obviously the guys you got to key on tonight. And like you said, a monumental task. But it's going to be one of these situations tonight where the guys know it's kind of David and Goliath, if you will.
Why not? Let's get those slingshots out.
Exactly. Let's get something out and get it going because, again, I always like being the underdog, Steve. I always like being that guy that kind of came in as the underdog.
Well, then you like the Eagles this year, but instead of a rock in their slingshot, I look for a snowball tonight because it's a cool, brisk 47 degrees here in Tupelo as tonight the Eagles from TCPS have their last home football game of the year, and the cheerleaders are getting ready. The moms and dads have their cameras flapping and flashing every single second, and so we should have a good night ahead of us. Interesting, Greg, before we get to the Coach Holiday pregame show, Jason McLeod from Facing the Giants. Did you ever see the movie Facing the Giants?
I did. I see it. One of my all-time favorites, too. If you're a sports nut and obviously a Christian, that has got to be one of your all-time favorite movies.
So Jason McLeod, he's like the guy doing the bear claw in the movie,
yeah.
and they were like challenging him, and he didn't realize he actually called on the phone tonight.
Wow.
And gave a pregame pep talk to the Eagles to just try to encourage them that, hey, even when things look down and out, you're playing for something bigger than just a football game.
Well, pretty special, too. And if you saw the movie, too, they kind of started out rough and then finished strong, too. And that's kind of been what Coach Holliday's motto has been for tonight is let's finish strong.
Well, I'll tell you what, the TCPS Eagles are led by 2 seniors, and even though this is a team sport, Coach Holliday made no bones about it that tonight his goal and hope is Dason Maloney picks up 7 tackles and sets a school record, 6 years playing football here. He could possibly have more tackles than any TCPS football player. He needs 7 to hit 258.
I mean, pretty monumental task, if you will. Obviously, we're still a young program, but 258 career tackles is a pretty monumental mark, to say the least, too. He's obviously been a leader on defense. He's been a leader on the field all year long, Steve, and just gotta hope that record's knocked out tonight.
One other record tonight that the Eagles will be looking for is number 24, the senior running back, Zachary Tiber. He has 888 yards. He's had a couple big games this year, and he needs 43 yards to break Braxton Malongsong's single-season rushing record and 112 for 1,000 yards on the year.
Well, again, just another team leader that's been out there for us all year long, too. Just a bull when you hand him the football. And I feel like, too, that's what we're going to have to do tonight is ground and pound to keep this game close. I feel like it's a very achievable record. You just got to hope that Zachary can take that one home tonight.
There's it's cold out, and so there's some unique things going on tonight, Greg. I'll be leaving the booth in about 15 minutes as the senior parents get a chance to walk out with their sons on the field for the last time. And you know me, I'm an emotional guy. I got a couple Kleenex in my pocket.
I
So
understand.
if I come up here and if I say it's my allergies, I'm lying.
I understand.
But also tonight after the game, a big bonfire. So again, if you're in the area and you want to come hang out and love on these seniors, look at what the cheerleaders did tonight. Pumpkins in front of the players' pictures. They like put their numbers and they painted them red, white, and blue. Great job by the cheerleaders.
Well, like you said too, this TCPS is absolutely a small knit family. It's not like you're going to a school that everybody doesn't know everybody. Being a smaller school, that's always a plus, but it's a family. Everybody's still in. We've had a tough season. There's no doubt about that. But it's still pretty amazing. Even on cold nights, you got guys. We're having bonfires. We're having barbecue plates. We got silent auctions going on tonight too. I mean, it's pretty special with everybody still being in tune.
I tell you, this season would never have happened on the radio if WAQB 90.9 here, an American Family radio station, doesn't allow TCPS and allow Greg and Steve to do this thing. But also, I want to thank some of our sponsors, and I really want to take an extra second to say thank you so much to Maloney Glass and Overhead Door. Colin Maloney and the friends at Maloney Glass and Overhead Door, they've been a sponsor of football when Dayson was on the bench. So it isn't just because his son's a senior. Thank you so much. Rebel Lanes, they're located on Robert E. Lee Drive. Thank you to them for being a sponsor. Stern AG and Neil Clement for all that they're doing for TCPS football. North Mississippi Oral Maxillofacial Surgery. And our friend Leland Chrisman, and of course Heartland Siding. They're located in Tupelo at All American Vinyl Siding. Our sponsors, thank you for allowing us to be on WAQB.
Yeah, did a wonderful job this year of just supporting the program, continuing to watch the program grow. And some of these guys have been core sponsors, like you said, for years and years. So we really appreciate our sponsors.
And every high school fan, parent, alumni, booster, I mean, at the end of the day, without parent involvement, without sponsor involvement, this doesn't happen, does it, Greg?
No, absolutely not. Again, going back to the any school setting, but a small school setting like this, everybody has to step up. And that's one thing if I had to take my chance to promote this school, that's one thing this school does, is everybody steps up and does their part.
Steve Tiber with Greg Jolly. We're just about 15, 20 minutes away from football. I tell you, I remember 4 or 5 weeks ago we were talking about where else would you rather be on a Friday night. If I ask that question tonight, some people might say next to a fireplace, but it is what it is. We're about 15 minutes away from football, and tonight we had a chance to sit down with Sean Holliday this afternoon, and this is the pregame show with Coach Sean Holliday. Steve Tiber back with Coach Holliday pregame show. Tonight, Smithville and TCPS are getting ready to tangle. We are actually game day. It's a Thursday, Coach. I just told someone we're taping this actually Thursday. We normally do it Friday morning. And I just told one of the teachers in the hallway, and I said, "How are you?" And she says, "Good." I said, "Hey, it's Friday. You got to be excited." She looked at me funky, and it was because it's football.
It's football.
So what do you do with a shorter week? I mean, we'll talk about last week in a minute, but shorter week. How do you put everything in 3 days?
Well, we had to just condense everything down. Usually Monday's a more relaxed day, but this week we had to go ahead and put our offense in.
Well, we apologize for that technical difficulty. That actually is an interview that was done earlier in the year with Coach Holliday. Maybe, Greg, if you could try to find our good friend Scott Burns and see maybe if we can find this. But tonight, TCPS and Vardaman will tangle. Vardaman comes in here undefeated. They have not lost one game all year long in the district, and they have 2 left. They have one tonight here at TCPS, and then next week they'll be taking on Thrasher, and then they are going to the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. They are just 2 weeks away from playing playoff football. Tonight, the Eagles are excited to give a chance to a couple seniors maybe to accomplish some things that have not been accomplished before here at TCPS. And I know that Greg and I will talk a little bit about Dayson Maloney and all that he brings to the table. It was a lot of fun talking to Coach Holliday today just about what Dayson Maloney brings to the plate. And, he was just really excited about the opportunity for Dayson Maloney to try to break and set the all-time tackle record here at TCPS. 258 tackles. I mean, think about it. Tackling somebody with a football 258 times and not only living through it or not getting injured, but living through it, especially when you're not the biggest guy. But Dason Maloney, he's only 5 feet 9, 165 pounds, but this guy's got a lot of heart, got a lot of strength, and he's ready to lead the Eagles into action tonight. And the other player that we talked about a little bit earlier was Zachary Tiber, number 24. He is the senior running back, also a strong safety. Interesting is Dason is 5th in the state in tackles with 96, and Tiber's, I think, about 9 behind him. He's 9th or 10th in the state. Zachary's actually in the top 10 rushing in the state, as well as tonight Tiber tries to break the single-season record from Braxton Malongsong. He had rushed for 931 yards back in 2005, and Tiber will need 43 to eclipse that mark. And so as the players and the coaches go off field to get on their jerseys, Greg, I know you went outside. Is it getting any warmer?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I think it's getting a little colder as the old sun has obviously faded away now with the heat going away. It's going to be a pretty cool night, Steve.
Well, we're hoping to grab this interview yet. I know that we're working on that, the pregame interview with Coach Sean Holliday. And equally as excited, Greg, hopefully getting a chance to play the players interview. It's interesting, as I asked a couple of the players, what was their favorite memory of the year? And I'm thinking some crazy play. I had 3 seniors say Charlie Force scoring on a silent quarterback sneak. And I'm like, I guess they must feel, they just want Charlie to score, I guess.
Sure.
Because I'm like thinking, a couple of them was like that nice one-and-hand catch Dason Maloney made, or, the long touchdown run, Tiber had against Holker or whatever. They all had these unique plays, but a couple of guys, I think Charlie bribed them.
Yeah, I think so, too. He might have bought into them there.
Yes, something going on. So, Coach Holliday, again, having some technical difficulties. We'll try to figure this out. But one of the things that Coach Holliday said today, he is going to really miss these young men. He just loves these young guys.
He's talked about them over and over again, too. He said this class will always be a special class for him. Again, being the head coach for the first time. That always, whoever the head coach is, but these guys, obviously, in a year our numbers were down as far as our program, he's had these guys step up, and he calls them his warriors. When you got a group of guys like this, too, that stuck out and really stuck together and made the plays and played it out through some adversity, hey, they're warriors.
Okay. Let's do this. We're going to just change a little bit here. Instead of doing the pregame show with Coach Holliday, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of flip-flop. At least what we'll do is we'll give everyone a chance to hear what the players had to say when I had a chance to talk to them. So is Scott Burns, who is working fervently to always make this sound so good and to make it work. He's looking for that. Hey, again, I want to thank some of our sponsors, Heartland Siding, Maloney Glass and Door. Thank you. Greg, thank you.
Thank you.
I tell you what, man, you're all right.
Yeah, you're all right too, Steve.
You got a face for radio, buddy, but you got a good voice.
I tell you what, we've had a good time this year. We really have.
Well, here we go. Here's the interviews with the seniors earlier today. Of tonight's last home football game of the year for 9 football players forever. Most likely this is going to be the last time these guys put on pads and helmet. And so today what we're doing is something a little bit different at halftime. It's a longer halftime than usual. So we've got all the seniors in one room together, and they allowed Scott Burns and I to hang out with them. And so we're going to just talk to each of them just very quickly separately and introduce them to you, ask them a couple off-the-wall questions, and see what they have to say. So first off is senior lineman Russell Hamby. Russell, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, brother. So how many years have you played football now?
I started in 8th grade, so either 5 or 4, depending on how you do math.
Favorite memories of TCPS football player?
Anytime my block springs a touchdown or something over a 20-yard run, there's nothing better. The same feeling for a running back goes for a lineman.
So this year, 0-9, but there has to be some memories that stand out as positive. What's the one memory that comes back to you and you're like, ooh, that was good?
Faulkner, our first touchdown. Charlie Forrest was our quarterback. We did a silent count, under center QB sneak, touchdown right then and there. That was great.
So Charlie remembered the silent count?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right, just checking. Okay, in practice, playing against all the other TCPS football players, who's the guy that when you hit or is hit by, you kind of like think, ooh, I felt that one?
Well, over the years, in my starting out, it was Hayes Collins. He usually gave me a little bit of a headache. Nowadays, probably Luke Hudson or Matt Cates.
Okay, a couple big boys.
Yeah,
good.
a couple big boys.
Well, congratulations on a fine career, Russell, and God bless you and best of luck. Where are you off to college? Do you know yet?
Mississippi State.
Okay, good. Yeah, they have school down there. Well, great. All right, Russell. Well, thank you so much. Connor Chrisman, come on up. So, Connor, you've played a lot of different positions.
Yes, sir.
Name some of the ones you've played over the years.
Well, I think first year I played outside linebacker, and I played kicker throughout the years, and now I'm the DN.
Okay, you ever play wide receiver?
Not at all. I can't catch a ball.
Okay, all right, well, I didn't know that. All right, so longest kick made as a TCPS Eagle was how long?
30 yards.
Okay.
Against Smithville last year.
Okay, great. Greatest memories in Eagle?
Probably my first sack this
Okay.
year.
Yeah, oh, cool. You always remember those.
Yes, sir.
Give me 3 words to describe Coach Halliday.
Energetic, loud, and
We'll stick with 2, energy and loud. And most of the guys in the room, they're all shaking their head and all smiling. They agree with you. What are you going to miss most about TCPS when you move on?
probably just the close-knit community.
Cool, cool. Tonight, Vardaman, and if you could do one thing tonight you haven't done while an Eagle on the football field, what do you want to do? There's one thing you can do.
I think I'd like to run the ball.
All right, ooh, I like that. All right, Connor Christman running the ball. Thank you so much. Thanks, Connor. Good luck tonight. Emery Mullins. I got it right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Emery, how are you?
I'm good.
So you played football 3 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you came over your sophomore year, didn't you?
I came in my 9th grade.
Okay, 9th grade, one of the 2. I was close. So lineman, you play offensive and defensive, right?
Yes, sir.
What side of the ball would you rather play on?
Defensive.
Okay. Rather hit than be hit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're nodding your head. You got to say yes because there's the mic. All right, cool. Favorite memories of football player?
Probably this year when Charlie got the quarterback sneak touchdown.
What's with this Charlie getting the court? Dude scored 1 TD all year. Okay, 2. Okay, well, good. Football practice. You go against all these guys every day. You look around the room. Maybe some guys not in the room. Who's the hardest guy to hit or be hit by or tackle, or who when you come in contact you're like, ooh, no, not him?
Dyson Maloney.
Okay, I was waiting for a Dyson Maloney call out there. All right, what do you do next year?
I'm going to college to ICC.
Okay, cool, right down the road. All right, man, well, good luck. God bless, brother. That's Emery Mullins, and up now is a guy we didn't see a lot this year because of an injury, but Lee McBunch. Lee, come on up here. Hey, Lee, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. This year had to be tough, right?
Yes, sir, it did. Just, that getting hurt and everything and not playing with all my teammates, but, just rooting for them is...
Man, I hate that for any kid, let alone being a senior. Well, you're going to go down most likely. Well, you're going to go down as a co-record holder of having the most interceptions in a season, 8 interceptions. That was last year. Man, you were a ball hawk. Does one of them stick out more than the others?
No, not really. The only thing that I really care about last year was that Thrasher game when we got to upset them. It was a pretty good experience.
Yeah, those boys came in here all cocky and confident,
Yes,
right?
sir, yes, sir.
Undefeated, ranked in the state, and what happened to those young men?
We just took them down, and it was just a great feeling.
Cool, cool. Greatest memory other than that Thrasher game? Is there a play that sticks out, a pick, a touchdown, a pass?
The Smithville game when I got that record-breaking interception, it kind of made my day and felt pretty good, but yes, sir.
Cool, cool. Now, you do baseball, you can do basketball?
Yes, sir, I'm going to do baseball and basketball.
Okay, so you're going to do 2, okay. No hockey, though, right?
No, sir, I'm not.
All right. Hardest current teammate that you've been hit by or you have hit? Is there anyone that sticks out?
I'm going to say the one and only Dyson Maloney.
Really, the one, all 168 pounds. All right. Yeah, he's a sticker, no doubt. All right, man. Hey, Lee, good luck. What do you do next year?
Hopefully, we can try to go somewhere baseball scholarship anywhere like that, but
Cool.
I'm undecided.
Man, I pray that works out for you.
Yes, sir.
Give me one word to describe Coach Halliday.
Hardworking, just because.
Hardworking, one word. Okay, it's all right.
Well,
Nah, it's all right. It's all right.
He's just does everything for the team, and he's coached us up and all the players, and he's done everything for us. So.
You know what's amazing? You guys are 0-9, and you would think some guys would be, Coach, I don't like him, he's not fun. You guys like him, don't you?
Yes, sir, we do.
That's cool. That is cool. Well, Lee, good luck to you, man. God bless you. We'll pray for that baseball scholarship as well. Kyle Gray. Man, you've been playing ball for 4 years, 5 years?
Yes, sir.
Something like that. So what would you rather play, defense or offense?
Offense.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
That surprises me. Okay. And why is that?
Because when you have the ball in your hands, you're just the only one on the field. You can do whatever you want with it.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Favorite memory?
My favorite memory would probably be beating Thrasher junior year.
Okay. And if I ask you what's your favorite play this year, and you say Charlie Forrest with that little 1-yard run, I'm going to throw up. No, I won't throw up. But, come on. come up with a play this year that stands out in your mind, like, and it might have been one of your plays because you had some nice picks. What comes to your mind as being, oh yeah, I'm going to hold on to that play for a while?
My first touchdown ever caught.
Okay, cool. And that was this year. And
Against
what did you
Belden.
do after you caught that ball?
I spiked it.
So after the game, I go to Kyle. I go, Kyle, when you scored, did you spike that ball? And you said, yes, sir. And I said, well, why did you do that? And you said, that's my first touchdown ever. And I thought, well, good for you, man. That's great. When you look back at football, good memories, bad memories, what overall, what are your thoughts?
I think overall it was just a great experience. I mean, you get to meet people you never thought you would be that close to.
Cool. Something about going to battle with somebody else, isn't it? So out of these guys in the room, I know Dave Simlone's a sticker. Is there anyone else here besides, I mean, anyone comes to your mind like, ooh, I'm glad I don't have to play against that dude anymore?
Zach Tiber.
Okay, oh, the Zach Meister, that's right. Well, he finally took off his skirt and put on some pads this year. We like that. And as far as playing another team, is there one, I mean, you have Vardaman tonight. If you could do one thing tonight you've never done before on the football field, you scored a TD now, but if you do one play tonight, what would it be?
Sack the quarterback.
Ooh, that would be fun. That's cool. Would you do a little sack dance around and do that little, no, you wouldn't do that?
Don't know about that.
Okay, that's right. Well, you're Baptist like me now, so we can't dance. All right, man. Hey, congratulations, Kyle Gray. Up next, the golly, Charlie Forrest. Charlie, like two guys, did you like pay them $20 each? Because they're like singing your praises over a little 1 yard. Anyways, so tell us about this big play. Tell us about the big play where you scored on that 1 yard run.
Well, I mean, they just stuck me in at quarterback because Tyler had to come out for a play. And, I mean, it was just silent count, about 1-2 yards, quarterback sneak, and I just followed my lineman into the end zone.
So a silent count for those out there that don't really understand football. They don't. How does a silent count go down?
You just get under center and you tap him in the leg, and when he feels the tap twice, he hikes you the ball.
Okay, do you actually tap him in the leg, or do you tap him somewhere else?
You tap him in the leg.
Are you sure, Charlie?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, you're turning red on me. All right, I know sometimes. All right. Anyway, so you scored a touchdown. That wasn't your first touchdown ever?
No, sir.
Okay, you scored many touchdowns.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, maybe many's too generous of a word. You've scored a couple more touchdowns,
Yeah,
right?
a couple
All right.
more.
Favorite memories of TCPS Eagle?
The Thrasher game my junior year.
Man, that's like the resounding. Everyone wanted to whip thrashing. You guys did. This year's been tough. 0-9. Give me a couple plays that you know, 6 years from now when you're sitting on the rocker watching a ball game. What are a couple things that come to your mind?
The Hulk game. One play, Tyler Beard. He threw it off his back foot. It was kind of straight up in the air, landed straight right in between the two defenders, and I made a diving catch to catch about a 60-yard pass.
I remember that. I had goosebumps because that was a good play. That was. And when you opened your eyes and you saw it, no, I'm only kidding you. So it hit you in the hands and you caught the ball. What's running through your mind when you make a play like that?
Heck yeah, I guess.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. One guy that you're going to miss playing football with. I mean, because I don't think you're playing football next year anywhere. Were you going to school next year?
ICC.
Okay, cool. So you're not going to play football. So this is it. Tonight's it.
Yes, sir.
What's going to be the one thing you're going to miss about practicing with all these guys?
Just, you know, I mean, we've grown up with everybody we play ball with, and just being around everybody, and, you know, it's a strong relationship that we have with every guy out there.
Cool. Favorite coach of all time, football-wise?
That's a good question.
Go
I
ahead,
don't really
man.
know.
Go ahead. Come on, think about it. You got 3 seconds. 2, 1.
I don't know.
You're still thinking about that quarterback sneak, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, next time, touch him on the leg, not on his bottom, all right? Congratulations.
sir.
All right, get out of here. Tyler Beard. Hey, Tyler.
How's it going?
The quarterback. So you come in and you play like the first time in your entire life, and they don't put you like on the line where they maybe can hide you because you got these other great line mates, but they put you at that spot. What? Come on, close. What were you thinking when they said, "Hey, can you play quarterback"?
Well, my first thoughts was just, wow, this is crazy. But then, I don't know, I just wanted to do whatever I could to get better, try to help the team as much as I could.
Cool. You've enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a good experience.
What? Looking back at this year, I know it was probably whirlwind. What's your favorite memory?
Probably completing my first touchdown pass to Dason on a rollout play that we worked on every day after practice because I could never make the throw. But finally did in the game, and it turned out to be a touchdown. So
How many yards was it?
Probably about 15.
Okay, now here's what's going to happen in life, because I remember when I played college football, and every touchdown pass I caught got longer over the years. So I could see the reunion in about 10 years, Tyler. You and Dason are going to come back, and you're going to say, remember that 38-yard touchdown pass, and remember, you know, how you dodged, like, I mean, that's how it works, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure, right. Coach Holliday, give me a couple words to describe Coach.
Man, intense, loud, definitely, and I'm going to say blessed.
Okay, good. I like that. He is blessed, isn't he? All right, well, cool. Baseball's right around the corner. You're not playing basketball?
No, sir.
Okay,
I'm thinking
so-
about soccer, though. So.
Are you? Okay, well, cool. I didn't know we had a soccer team. That's great. Nothing like hitting that little ball in the net. Okay, good. Well, great. Congratulations. I just have to mess with Tyler. I like Tyler. All right. We got 2 other guys to play or to talk, and we've only got about 23 minutes. No, we don't have that long. Dason Maloney, Player of the Week 3 times. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, quit hogging the hardware. Senior year. So what goes to your mind? You're 7 tackles away from being the all-time tackler here at TCPS. I can't even count this high, but if you get 7 tackles tonight, Dason, you'll have 258 tackles. So which tackle out of those 258 stick out in your mind?
I'm gonna say probably some of the like going back and blitzing when the coach calls an automatic blitz and I blitz right through the line and sack the quarterback. Those are my favorite.
When they don't see you coming?
Yes, sir. When both the linemen go to their separate defensive tackles and they leave me unblocked and I just shoot right through there and tackle the quarterback.
It's a
That's my
cool
favorite.
feeling. Does it get you
is.
goosebumps or anything
Oh,
like
yeah.
that? You get
Oh, yeah.
excited? Have you ever hit someone so hard they blew a snot bubble?
I haven't seen the snot bubble.
Oh man, I love them snot bubbles. But anyways, favorite memory this year playing for TCPS.
Definitely it'd be the same as Tyler's. My first touchdown pass was the rollout 46 bootleg pass.
Oh, that's right. That's what I was thinking. Was the 46 bootleg pass, and
And-
it was like you said, what 40 yards was it?
Yeah, 38, 40.
Yeah.
somewhere
See
around there.
how this happens? I'm telling you, I'm going to see you next year. You're going to come back for homecoming, and you say, hey, Coach Tiber, Mr. T, whatever you call me. Remember that 80-yard pass I caught from Tyler Beard?
One-handed.
One-handed, right? Sure, with 4 guys draped on you.
Yeah.
Coach Halliday, give me a couple words about Coach Halliday.
I'm gonna say in your face. I mean, he is just whatever you do, he's right there. He's encouraging, whether it be encouraging or chewing you out. He's in your face, and he's just always very energetic and ready to go.
So out of all these guys that are still hanging out, they could have left, but they want to hear what you say, and the other guys say, if you could go one-on-one one last time with someone in this room, just for old time's sake, who is it?
I would probably have to say Zach Tiber. We've always been matched up, especially this year. We've always been matched up pretty equally, and he always challenges me. No matter what drill it is, he always challenges me to be a better player.
Now, he's told me you've got him sometimes.
And
down
he's
here.
gotten me before.
All right, well,
I
all right,
promise
well,
you that.
cool. All right. What are you gonna miss most about playing? I mean, you're going on to Alabama, right?
Yes, sir.
Roll Tide Roll. They bought you too. That's great. So when you go there next year, I'm only kidding. It's a side joke, believe me. So you go there next year and you think back to these teammates, these other seniors. What are thoughts that come to your mind?
Well, I mean, I grew up with these guys. I've been playing sixth grade, and some of these guys we've been playing together for 6 years, and it's just we're so close. And we go to battle every Friday night during football season, and I would do anything for these guys. I'd lay it all out on the line for them every night. Just give it all I got, and I'm really gonna miss that, going to war with these guys and sharing all these memories.
I'm telling you guys, you will not forget tonight's game for the rest of your life. I promise you. I remember the last football game I've ever played. I mean, you just don't forget those things. Win or lose, good plays, bad plays, it will be always in your mind. But, Dason, it's been fun watching you play, man. Go get those tackles tonight.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully by now we've already announced here publicly you got them. But, man, I hope you do it, man. You deserve it.
Thank you, Mr.
All
Tyler.
right, but I have to, always when I see him, I got to shake his hand. I feel like he's a politician running for something. Or maybe I'm running for something. I don't know. All right, last but not least, I know you. Yeah. Zachary Tiber. All right, Zach, you played football for what, 4 years? 3 years or 4 years?
4, I think.
Okay. Every year you've gotten injured.
Yeah.
And this year, we start out that first game, you hurt your ribs. What was going through your mind?
I thought the season was over before it even started. I got in for probably like 3 plays, and I was out. I couldn't even hardly breathe. I knew they were broken, and by the grace of God, they weren't. Went to the doctor the next day, and they were just bruised. So
Just think how God works, because if they're broken, you don't play at all this year. I mean, 0, and yet you've had an opportunity to go to battle with these guys. When you look at these guys behind my shoulder, I know they're good-looking guys. But, I mean, if you look at them, what comes to your mind when you see their faces?
they're all my brothers. Every one of them, I'd do anything for them. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and travel across the country to come help them if they needed it. I mean, I love them. I mean, they're basically my family.
Cool, that is neat. All right, greatest memories. You currently hold 2 records. You have more interceptions than any player ever with 9. You have more fumble recovers than anybody else. I think you're at 11 or 12 now. You're like a thief. Thou shalt not steal. You're 43 yards away from breaking Braxton's single-season rushing record. First of all, let's talk about those. Out of those 3, 10 years down the road, which one are you happy that you have?
Well, hopefully I get Braxton's. Really just because he's one of the guys that I can really call my blood. I mean, like, he's been my brother ever since I was a freshman, and it'd be really honorable to be able to take the record from him, just because I respect him and honor him so much.
So, hardest guy in the practice, you know, you have a chance today to go one-on-one with somebody, and this is going to be the last time you ever put pads and a helmet on. Who do you want to call out and challenge?
Jason Maloney, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So what is it with you two? I thought you guys you guys like each other, right? Of course you do. You just so what is that going on here?
I don't know. I guess we just both really don't care what happens in the end. We just want to go at it one more time.
That's great. Well, Zachary, Coach Halliday, again, you're the last senior we're interviewing today. Give us a quick wrap-up what Coach Halliday means to you and your teammates.
He's definitely very passionate at what he does. Everything, whether it's football or baseball or whenever it comes to Christ, he's definitely not afraid to show his love for anything. And, yeah.
Cool. Well, there you go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your 9 seniors that will be playing football for the last time tonight. We are at halftime between the TCPS Eagles and Vardaman, and tonight is senior night, and we want to do something differently. As you're listening to this, they're being honored on the field, walking on the field with their parents and hopefully to some spectators showing their love as well. Hopefully you heard their heart. What I heard today was these guys genuinely love one another and they want to go to battle with one another. And so, man, it's been so much fun watching these young men grow up. And, yeah, I'll remember Charlie Forrest, quarterback sneak, too. All right. Anyways, so that's it for halftime. We're just a couple minutes away from the second half between Vardaman and TCPS. Congratulations, seniors. Finish strong.
And that was our report from Steve Tiber meeting with the seniors, which was going to be at halftime tonight, too. We had a little bit of technical difficulty on that, too, so we swapped it around a little bit. And Steve's actually out on the field right now, too. Got my good friend Scott Burns joining us right now, coming in to say a little word. Hello, Scott.
Hello, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for joining us, too. We're almost time, actually, for kickoff right now. So we've got the TCPS Eagles out on the field. They're already out there dressed in their home blues tonight. They're looking sharp.
They are looking good. They're all pumped up. They're ready to go. Steve's running up as we're talking. We will have the interview with Coach Halliday at halftime. We kind of reverse things just a little bit, but it will be heard. So if you tuned in to hear the Halliday interview, it's still coming.
It's still coming, too. And it looks like TCPS did win the toss tonight. They will be receiving the football and obviously the home team. And, Steve, as you come running in here, it looks like that Vardaman will be kicking off. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they'll be kicking off from right to left if you're looking at your radio. And we've already got Charlie Forrest and Zachary Tiber back deep for us, ready to play some football.
Well, thank you so much, Greg. One day you'll be there. And it's an emotional moment. But tonight, the Eagles and Vardaman, 9 seniors for the Eagles, play their last football game here in Belden, Mississippi.
Sound a little whiffed over here.
Woo, I'm getting old, brother.
Running up those stairs there.
So Vardaman kicks off right to left, and it's a little pooch kick caught by Charlie Forrest at the 30. Pitches it back to Tiber. He cuts back to his own sideline, cuts to the middle, keeps his feet moving. Nice return by the Eagles. He goes out to the 39-yard line. Good job, a little trickery to start out the ball game tonight.
Yeah, a little trickery to kind of kick it off, too. As Charlie took off, he kind of pitched it back to number 24, Tiber. Tiber kind of breaks it back to the right side, cutting back, and gives us great field position on right at the 40-yard line, Steve, to get it started.
Yeah, I want to say a special hello to Mason. I met him tonight here, Mason Ballard. He was out here playing around. I wanted to say hi to him. I know he's driving. Hey, man, good job, Mason. Hopefully we'll see you here again. Tyler Beard, the quarterback, the Eagles in an eye. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. We just kicked off first play of the game, and it's a quick hit to Tiber. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Might get a yard on that play as a quick hitter in the dive and doesn't get much yardage.
Yeah, it looks like number 1, Cody Jenkins, up to make the play right there, too. Their fine quarterback stepped up. I think he's playing at the linebacker position, but stepped up, met him in the hole too. One thing we've seen this year, Steve, that we've got to get right now is we've got to get some blocking up front to continue to move the football.
Yeah, the running the ball worked for about 4 games, and then the Eagles find their defenses that they're playing, putting 8-9 in the box, and that's been a little bit harder. 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Quick pitch to Tiber, gets to the outside, cuts back to the middle, and he is drilled very quickly by the linebacker. And right now they've got 9-10 guys running to the ball. That tackle made by number 1, Cody Jenkins, and he's one of their players for Vardaman.
Yeah, 2 plays, 2 tackles for Cody Jenkins right there too. Obviously he's going to be a guy we got to watch all night long too. Again, he's been the playmaker for them all year long. They're putting guys, it looks like they're trying to rush 2 linebackers right now too. They're pinning those ears back coming to get us.
So the Eagles are in a little bit of a hole already. 10:44 left in the first quarter. Out in receiver now is Weddle, Forrest, and Maloney as Tyler Beard takes the snap and shotgun. He looks to throw a screen, but it's intercepted. Vardaman intercepts the ball on the quick screen, and number 32 is going to score. And that, my friends, we don't have. Do we have 32?
Yeah, we have 32. It's Aaron Dazzett, a team captain's junior this year too, actually, but I'm sorry, a senior, actually, 5'9" senior, stepped right in front, picked it off from the free safety position, took it home.
Yeah, now we both know that Vardaman is the team in the district to watch out for. And right now they are ranked second in the state, but undefeated in district. So with 10:29 left, the turnover on the interception returned by Dadzet. And looking at his spelling, trying to make sure I'm pronouncing that, is Dauzat. Here's the quick pass, and it's almost picked off by Maloney, so the pass will be no good. So Vardaman will take the lead 6-0.
Yeah, tried to do a little screen pass out to the right. Dacy Maloney dropped out in the flats for some coverage there, knocked the ball down. Good job that time by Maloney. And let's try to start it over. Obviously, starting over 6-0 right now is not what we wanted, but let's start it over and get back out and see if we can get on the board.
And the Eagles are going to have a hands full tonight. There's no doubt. Now, we'll see how long Coach Hollis goes with his starters. He's got, next week he has one more regular season game, and then he goes in the playoffs. So I would envision, again, Vardaman's loaded. These young men, usually when they do the, 7-on-7 and all those camps, Vardaman is always on top. And they have got a bunch of athletes.
Well, you watch them trot out on the field getting ready for the kickoff team. It looks like a junior college or Division II team trotting out there to play football right now. So they've obviously got the size, got some speed. Again, like we talked about earlier, got our hands full tonight.
So the Eagles will get their second kickoff return in just over 2 minutes. The interception return gives Vardaman a lead of 6-0. Here's Forrest at the 25-30, tries to cut back. Looks like a face mask. Pretty prevalent, pretty evident one. And Charlie Forrest was not too happy. He brings the ball to the 35, but there are some yellow hankies on the ground. That should be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, I couldn't see who the culprit was that time, too. Sometimes you have those face masks, Steve, that are just kind of a little bit, I'm not sure if he got it. He got all that face mask that time.
When you see the head kind of go in the reverse side of things, that's not usually a good sign.
It goes from north to south. It's a tough deal. But, hey, first down, great field position. We're sitting smack dab on the 50. Let's see if we can generate some offense.
So the ball is right in front of us. It is a very cold night, 46 degrees in Tupelo, as the Eagles close out their regular season, and it will be their entire season, as 9 seniors playing for the last time. Beard in shotgun, and they're going to get offsides on the defense. So I think Coach Holliday saw that first series. Vardaman, they were just teeing back, Greg, and so I like the change of the cadence to get an offsides.
Well, they had, I'm counting them right now, they had 8 guys standing on the line of scrimmage ready to send. They are absolutely saying, you know what, if you're going to beat us, we're going to send everybody at your house. They feel like their corners can do the job and make the covers out there, so they're going to send everybody.
Well, also there's some wind here today, and so with some wind, you're not going to be able to throw the ball. And if you can't throw the ball, that means you're running it. And again, Vardaman's going to be teeing back, focusing on the run as Tiber takes a loss of 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, number 2, Raquan Crowley steps up to make the play right there for Vardaman too. Just again hitting him right in the hole as soon as we touched the football that time.
9:58 left in the first quarter. The wind is a resounding wind into the face of the Eagles. And again, if you're moving left to right as the Eagles are, you're not going to be able to throw the ball. So it brings up second down for Beard. Here's the quick hitter to Forrest. He catches at the 50 and very quickly brought down for a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, number 32, Aaron Dazget, I'm struggling with his name there, steps up again to make the play. He's the same guy that just took it home on the interception right there too. But, again, just not having a lot of luck out on the flats right now as well.
Eagles make a slew of changes as it's 3rd down and 8. And Eagles, again, just trying to look for something moving the ball.
Yeah,
if you punt the ball today, Greg, I was watching the punters before the game. When they were punting left to right, they were getting about 10 yards on the punt.
Yeah, we've got a quarterback change, too. Got number 12, Clayton Knight, come in that time to make the pass.
Clayton Knight fakes it to Tiber, and he's going to be sacked and thrown down to the ground and slammed into the ground with his head. And sometimes you see a penalty on that play. But, no, it's just going to be a sack, loss of 8 yards as Knight is sacked. Brings up 4th down for the Eagles.
Yeah, obviously Clayton, a fine 8th grader we got playing for us this year, too, with the bullet of an arm. But rolls out that time to make a play. And when he rolls out that time, just met by the one of the defensive tackles to come in and just make a heck of a play.
So Jenkins and Walker are the 2 leaders for Vardaman. Both of these players made the Super 22 list. Both are seniors. We haven't seen the offense yet for Vardaman, even though they lead 6-0 on the interception return. And I guess I haven't checked Twitter yet to see if there's any scores. It's going to be hard to hold on the ball tonight.
Yeah, it really is. Anytime it's cold like that, I saw a couple of our guys grabbing gloves or grabbing things. And sometimes it's things, Steve, that they might not have, are accustomed to wearing out there too. So obviously you start bundling up because the wind's blowing about 25 miles an hour out there right now. It's, you can expect to see the ball bounce around a little bit tonight.
Most of the game's just starting, so really no scores to report. It's a cold night. The cheerleaders are dressed like they're going skiing.
Yeah, they are too.
They're dressed warm.
Not their normal normal attire out there tonight.
Now, don't get me wrong. They look good, but they look warm, burly good.
Yeah, they still look professional and top-notch cheerleaders as always, but they are a little more wardrobed, if you will, tonight.
Ball's on the 45. Mullins is going to get a chance to punt, and a low-line drive is probably what you're looking for. And the snap goes over his head. He picks it up. He's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 for Vardaman at the 35. So last week, the Eagles had a hard time getting the ball to Mullins, and again, another missed snap tonight for the Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely, too. Just the ball kind of goes off the tip of his fingers. It was really high. He was going to have to make a great play to make the catch. To punt it, but puts us deep in our hole again. It looks like we're at about the 20-yard line, Steve, of TCPS.
Now, a couple guys will be watching tonight. Dason Maloney needs a total of 7 tackles to become the all-time leading career tackler, 258 for the Eagles, number 2. Spread offense by Vardaman, and if you're going to pass, you want to pass going right to left. And in the shotgun will be Jenkins. And he has 5 receivers. He drops back. He throws deep. And behind Forrest is, I believe that's, who is that? Walker.
That's number 3. Tay West was up that time, too. Kind of a fade to the pylon in the end zone there, too. A little bit overthrown, but it looked like Charlie Forrest was all over him as well.
So an incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. 8:27 left in the first quarter. And again, the flag is whipping right to left, and that's the way Vardaman fumble on the snap, but he picks it up. He rolls left. He throws a quick pass to one of his wide receivers. He cuts back to the middle of the field. Another nice move there. He gets to the outside of the 20, the 15, 10, 5. He keeps his feet moving, and he's going to score. Yes, he gets in the end zone.
Yeah, too. Vardaman did a great job of picking up blocks as he cut back across the field. He went basically from left to right back across the field, and I saw about 3 or 4 blocks really laid on the Eagles as we came in to make the play. Great job of scrambling by their quarterback that time and dumping the ball off to their fine running back.
So with 8:12 left, Walker, the 28-yard pass from Jenkins, and Vardaman goes ahead 12-0. It looked like the play was going to go for a sack, or a lot of quarterbacks, Greg, would just fall on the ball. But Jenkins, a senior, he decides to pick the ball up, gets it into a playmaker's hand, and it's a touchdown.
Exactly, too. Busted play like that sometimes on a good player, it turns into that's going to happen.
Should have been a delay of game. The clock went out, but none of the refs saw it, and the 2-point run by West is good. So Vardaman will take the 14-0 lead here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, again, too, putting ourselves deep in a hole, not what we wanted to happen right there, too. Let's take another chance to give a hard stop and, just try to get a return here.
So not the start the seniors and TCPS wanted, but again, walking into this game, we knew this could be a bee's nest with Vardaman. just chomping at the bit to kind of make some things happen as we get ready for Vardaman to kick off for the third time already today.
Yeah, I want to thank some of our sponsors, Steve. I want to thank Rebel Lanes, located in Tupelo. Excited to be a sponsor this year for TCPS. Rebel Lanes, located on Robert E. Lee Drive, providing bowling services for the family. Thank you to Rebel Lanes for being a part of the 2012 TCPS football season.
Thrashers beating Smithville 6-0 with 9:26 left in the first. And also Petal is up 7-0 over who, I don't know, because Jason Munns didn't tweet it. Come on, dude. You got to tweet who you're playing. Northwest is beating East Chewbacca 6-0. He was in Star Wars, by the way. Charlie Forrest takes the kickoff at the 15, 25-30. He's got some speed. He cuts up the middle. He could go, the senior, to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15 and down to the 14-yard line as Forrest, a 75-yard run, and it's going to be first down and 10 for the Eagles. Charlie Forrest with the speed almost breaks one.
Yeah, I tell you what, he was step for step for Tay West with Vardaman right there, too. And Tay got him about on the 9-yard line, just right there. They're running step for step the whole way, too. So big break right there for the Eagles. We're in business, Steve.
We've seen this all year. The kickoff return between Forrest and Tiber. They've done a real nice job of returning kickoffs. They've had a lot of practice, too.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I mean, let's be candid. But anyways, the Eagles come out now in a power set. And Vardaman, 9 guys on the line again, and they jump off sides. And I like this. One of the ways when you can't throw the ball because of the wind, you can kind of delay the pass rush is by using that cadence, Greg.
Yeah, exactly. Why not keep using it, too? We're drawing them off every time, too. So what if you have to do a delay snap sometime? Just take a drive up the middle right there, too. But let's take the yards right now.
Okay, so who is that? Not West Chewbacca. What's the name of that school?
That would be Nanawaya.
No, this one right here.
Yeah, that's Nanawaya.
East
Oktibbeha.
Yeah, them two. They're losing 6-0.
East Oktibbeha.
There you go. Easy for you to say. I mean, you're speaking in tongues, brother. Come on. 2nd and 5 now for the Eagles.
Fumble.
As a fumble by Beard. He falls back on the ball. You don't want to see this. You got 3 downs to pick up 5 yards. And Beard will not gain anything on the play. It'll be 2nd down for the Eagles.
Yeah, I had a great view at that right then, too. Looked like it was pretty good center exchange that time. But, again, with those cold hands out there, too, it makes a big difference. But I got to get a handle on the football.
And that's going to happen tonight. Both squads, you're going to have fumbles. Now, how many you recover, that's a whole other story. But hands are going to be cold tonight. I know some of the kids have hand warmers in their gloves. 2nd and 5 now for Beard. Quick hit or no, it's going to be incomplete pass. He was trying to hit Forrest on the slant, but he was hit when he threw the ball, Greg.
Yeah, he's not getting very much time. It was a quick hitter on a slant, like you said, Steve. And on that slant play, it's just step up, pick him up, and sling it. But by the time he had done that, he already had somebody in his face.
I want to thank North Mississippi Oral Maxillofacial Surgery. They're located in Tupelo, Corinth, and South Haven. Special thank you to Leland Chrisman and the entire staff. They're located at 1031 South Madison Street in Tupelo. 3rd down and 5 now for the Eagles. The senior Beard, quick pitch to Tiber, and he's going to look to throw the ball. And the ball is tapped in the air, and it's intercepted. The ball's going to be intercepted and tackled very quick at the 6-yard line. And once again, an Eagle tries to throw the ball, and Tiber gets hit as he throws it. And again, it's going to be hard to throw the ball, especially into the wind. The Eagles turn it over.
Yeah, when it was tipped up, it was just like a wounded duck kind of floating up there, too. And one of the Vardaman guys grabbed it, starts breaking out to break it out of the end zone. But we saw, I think we had Luke Hudson step up and tackle the Vardaman player right on the 6-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, they're not that good of a field position. They're going to have to drive the field this time, Steve.
1st and 10 at the 6. West Point and Oxford all tied up. Here's Jenkins. He's brought down very quickly by, it looks like 14 Beard and I believe Tiber on the tackle.
Yeah, I think those two stepped up to make the tackle that time, too. Looks like about a 7-yard gain that time, too. So we got a 2nd down and 3, 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4 for Vardaman. They're dressed in all white. White pants, white helmet, white shirts. Eagles, blue jerseys, and their white pant out. And Tyler Beard's coming out with his shoulder hanging down a little bit. And was there a penalty on the flag? I mean, penalty on the play?
Must have been. I'm not sure what the penalty was that time. I didn't see that. Looks like maybe a holding call. Yeah, the referee's giving us a holding call.
Okay, didn't see the hanky on the ground. 10-yard penalty for Vardaman, and it's from the spot, I guess, so it's going to be 1st and 11.
Got to watch myself, Steve. I'm leaning into the
Go
glass
ahead,
here.
Man.
And
Come on, man. We're family.
I'm fogging it up over here.
Well, this ref next to me, this clock keeper, he's got some muscles. I got to be careful here. Here's the quick hitter up the middle, and a nice run by Walker, and he is off to the races. He's going to cross at the 35-40. He slips down to 42, tackled by 34. I believe that's Trussell.
That's Jolly.
Jolly,
and number
thank you.
4 is Forrest on the tackle that time.
So Jolly gets his first tackle tonight, but not after a 35-yard gain and a Sterney G. Neil Clement first down for Vardaman.
Yeah, again, had them that time on when the play broke away. Had some containment issues, but again, one of their fine running backs kind of splits it out around the left side, too, and he's off to the races.
And I don't want to, you know me, I'm Mr. Positive. I mean, I try to be. There's no doubt the talent level is definitely evident between Vardaman and TCPS. This is why Vardaman's undefeated. They've got some horses and they can run. 1st and 10 now for Vardaman. Looks like we're going to have another penalty on Vardaman. That's their 5th of the night. Looks like their left tackle moved.
Yeah, I think number 77, Leo Rojo, moved for him that time, too, on a false start penalty.
Tupelo's leading Horn Lake by the score of 14-0. And I think I saw Itawamba. Sawtillo takes an early 7-0 lead over Hernando. There's going to be a timeout by Vardaman. I want to thank Rebel Lanes. They're located in Tupelo. They're excited to sponsor TCPS football. Thank you to Rebel Lanes for being a part of the 2012 football season.
Also want to thank Maloney Glass and Overhead Door. They're a proud sponsor of TCPS football. Maloney Glass and Overhead Door provides services for all glass and door needs. They're located on Robert E. Lee Drive in Tupelo, and they're excited for another year of TCPS football.
So Shumpert scores on a 10-yard run for Itawamba. They lead Tishook County 14-7. And, boy, I don't know if you follow the recruiting on Shumpert, but he looks like he's the real deal because he's got some big schools looking at him.
Real deal. I've talked to a lot of players. I've got some friends over at IHS, too, some adults that are friends of mine over there, and they say, if you watch the kid run, watch out. He is something special.
Smithville on upset alert early as they trail Thrasher 12-0. And Thrasher is a funky team. They've got some sting to them. They're well coached and they're disciplined, as Vardaman is struggling with discipline and with penalties tonight. 1st and 15 now for Vardaman. Jenkins, the senior quarterback, he's in shotgun. He drops back to pass. The wind's at his back. He throws, and it's going to be almost picked off there by Jolly. Good defense there. Tiber there as well. But Jolly and Tiber.
Yeah, it was kind of a swap off a route there, too. Jolly had picked up the post cutting across there, and then they threw the ball to number 4 and kind of met him right there. Number 4 was not able to come down with the tackle for Vardaman. So 2nd down and 15.
Hurry up offense by Jenkins. He drops back on a down and out, and it's going to be completed over the middle, and Jolly almost brings him down. Trussell's going to make the tackle. Gray, but that's going to be after a 33-yard pass.
Yeah, I think they saw something that time, too. They went back to the same post pattern. I think they saw it open there and picking on the youngster out there on Jolly, too, with the situation where they can go get him. So a huge gain for him that time, and the Rams are in business again.
You see what they're doing, though. They've got the wind of their back, so they're going up hurry-up offense, and they're throwing the ball, and they're leading 14-0. Oh, this ball's almost picked off by Tiber. He read the down and out. Tiber has more interceptions than any Eagle ever, 9 in his career, almost had number 10.
Well, yeah, I think number 1, Cody Jenkins, had locked in on the little down and out pattern right there to number 34, who is number 24, Davian Walker, locked in on him, too, and Tiber just stepped right in front of it, and it was nothing but green in front, but it was just enough to get tipped around.
Tiber's a ball hog, played corner up to this year having to go to strong safety. Jenkins mishandles the ball, but he gets it outside in the flat to number 4, and he's going to be off to the races. He's going to be brought down. No, he's going to get in the end zone.
Wow.
What a nice play by Jenkins. He got the ball into the playmaker Avant's hands, and he runs 24 yards on that pass, and it's Vardaman up 20-0.
Yeah, I tell you what, too, they did a good job of blocking our guys inside that time, too. Kyle Gray had just a kind of a shot at him, too, but the speedster Jenkins, when he got the ball out there to him, it was 6 points.
And so they're going up to hurry-up offense, at least they were, as the kicker comes in, number 56. And how did Dason Maloney not block that?
Man,
I mean, Dason Maloney was right there.
It's one of those deals when you just jump up, spread eagle, and you hope you touch something. And I think it missed everything but him. So just almost got it that time, too. But like you said, right there at it, 21-0, just like you said it with 5 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first quarter.
So Landreth kicks the PAT, and after the pass from Jenkins to Avant, and Vardaman is striking often and early here, as it's been all Vardaman tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's like you said, Steve. They do have a lot of playmakers, a lot of different ways they can go out there, too. Impressive squad over there. Have to give it to Vardaman, too. But, again, extremely early in the ball game. Again, a monumental task that we put ourselves in a big hole for, but still a lot of football to play.
Well, the Eagles, let's face it, they're not, the passing has not been there this year. They've had, in essence, a rookie quarterback, Tyler Beard, take over the helm. And even though he's done an admirable job, man, it's tough. You're going against the wind. And, again, give it to Vardaman. They realize they've only got the win for a quarter, and they're kicking tail right now, 21-0.
Yeah, exactly, too. And you got to also be thinking in regards to Vardaman, like I said, what will Coach Hollis do if they do get a large lead? Will they start doing some subs? Because he's obviously got the playoffs coming up, number 2 in the state.
Squib kick. They actually put the ball on the ground. It wasn't on a tee, and they squib kicked it after the return by Forrest, and Hardigan, number 17, just falls on the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
I tell you, when that ball's kicking around like that, good job that time by Hardigan just to lay on the football. Not a lot you can do.
And now think about this. Coach Hollis Coach Hollis sees the long return by Forrest. Even though he's up 21-0, he's in this all the way live. He doesn't even give him a chance to return it.
Yeah, I do the same thing there. I think smart call from him, not give us a chance to take it back deep.
So Tyler Beard is on the sidelines nursing his shoulder, and here comes the 8th grader, Clayton Knight. And Knight is going to get a chance to perform today in a very unique situation, offsides on Forrest. It's going to be a loss of 5 yards on the play for the Eagles.
Yeah, too. Again, they're still just pinning their ears back. Vardaman is just coming after us with everything they got. They're saying still, you know what, we're going to get some penalties tonight, but we're okay with that. We're going to send the house out there to come get you.
Well, this gets real interesting now because you have the 8th grader Knight, and one thing I've heard from some of the seniors is he's not afraid to establish his leadership in the huddle. He's not the tallest guy, so it's going to be hard to pass the ball, especially the wind. Let's see how Clayton Knight does. 1st and 15 now for the Eagles. Here's the handoff to Forrest on the end around. He's going to pick up maybe 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, it looked like number 5 that time. LaCreston Ewing stepped up to make the play right there that time for the Rams.
So bring 2nd down and 9 for the Eagles as Forrest. Now we joke about this, but his mama was joking me yesterday. I said, Miss Amy, your son gets hurt every game at least twice. And then like a soccer player, he pops up and comes out as I see Tyler Beard on the sideline taking off his pads.
Yeah, not a good sign when you got our fine senior number 14, Tyler Beard, taking off his pads right now. Could be done for the night. I know it looks like he's grabbing that back. Last week he had a lot of back spasms during the whole ball game, and he is not the kind he fights through a lot of pain, but you've probably had some back issues before like I have too, Steve.
Yeah,
when that back starts locking up, it's tough to fight through.
And he looks done. He's putting on his leather jacket, his leather jacket, and, thank God it's not his shoulder. He is he's a possible all-state baseball player. As Forrest hobbles off, I look for Forrest to be back in a play or two. So the Eagles already in a big hole, 21-0, and they are dropping like flies as Forrest and Tyler Beard, 2 seniors. And you hate to see a player get hurt his last game as Forrest tries to run it off.
Yeah, too, kind of hobbling on sideline some. It looks like kind of messing with that left high ankle sprain again that he's had a little bit of problem with.
2nd and long now for the Eagles as Knight drops back to pass, and he's going to be sacked.
Yeah, nowhere to go that time to him. A host, looks like, led by number 56 and number 14, Kent Casey, and number 56, Dylan Landriff, led the sack that time on Knight.
So Vardaman not holding back. They are establishing the line of scrimmage in total domination tonight as we come to, about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter as the Eagles lost their starting quarterback, Tyler Beard, and their senior wide receiver defensive back, Forrest, is out as well. And not the way you want to start when you only started the game with 17 ball players.
Yeah, I think we'll see more and more of our young guys playing.
Tiber takes the pitch. He gets to the outside. Nice move there. Keeps his feet going. Could pick up about 7, maybe 8 yards on the play. Let's see if he gets a good spot. He does.
Yeah, nice stiff arm that time, too, on the play. Kind of just a tall sweep coming around the right side. Got a stiff arm, but was forced out of bounds. But like I said, I think it was a gain of roughly about 7, 8 yards.
Generous spot there by the ref. Maybe he's related. Who knows? Because Tiber trying to get some yards tonight. Not much going on for the Eagles tonight, as expected. Again, there's one game you circle on the schedule, and your hands are full plus some, and that's when Vardaman comes to town. Tavis Townsend is back to receive the punt. The kick is not a good one, but it's into the wind and actually gets an eagle bounce. It's going to bounce out of the 42-yard line, and that's going to be a 22-yard punt.
Yeah, another problem it looks like that time for Emory Mullins. That time on the snap, when he got it, kind of fumbled it around a little bit and had to do all he could just to get the ball off, too. So fine job by Emory just to kind of get the ball in the air, too. But obviously, like you said, not very much room. Gives the Rams the ball on the TCPS Eagle 43-yard line.
Boonville's beating Belmont 6-0. Mooreville, they're leading their game 21-0. Northwest is beating East Chewbacca 6-0. That's what I'm going to call him, Chewbacca. Jenkins dropbacks the pass. How do you say that? How do you say that?
Tibahaw.
Oh, come on, man.
That's down in Start Vegas where my Bulldogs are.
Man, how about them Bulldogs?
How about them Bulldogs?
8-0, baby.
What now? 7-0.
Oh, 7-0.
Hopefully tomorrow night.
7-0.
Tomorrow night will be 8-0.
Now tomorrow,
that's my hope.
They're playing someone from the AFC in the Central, I think.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They're right
that's
behind the Steelers.
Like,
it's called Alabama.
Yeah, I tell you what a machine, a monumental task for the Bulldogs.
Best college
night.
football team you can buy. First and 10 for. I'm kidding.
I know.
I'm kidding. Now Jenkins drop backs to pass, and he's going to look to go deep. He's hit when he releases the ball. Good pressure there by Connor Chrisman, the senior. Good pressure, and he hit him when he released the ball, and it's incomplete pass. 2nd and 15 for Vardaman.
Looked like we had a secondary change as well. Looks like they moved Kyle Gray out to. Looks like the Eagles moved Kyle Gray out to corner, and moved Jolly back to the safety position. So kind of still flipping and flopping a little bit, trying to figure out what the best mix is.
Coach Hollis, no mercy, up 21-0. On a team that's undefeated, has not won a game all year long. Man, where's the mercy, brother?
Making a statement.
Amen. It's all right. Vardaman with 4 wide receivers. It's a stack house. Here's the quick hitter to number 4, Avent. He gets to the outside, but nice tackle there. And who is that?
That is Zachary Tiber.
There you
number
go.
24 stepped up to make that tackle. Nice job of pursuit. Stayed with him. Did a good job that time of closing the door. I think only a gain of about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. So we're looking at 3rd down and 12. Look for Vardaman to go back to the air again.
Tiber says, not on my side, not on senior night. Good job by number 24 there. 3rd and 12 now for Vardaman. Shotgun, one running back next to Jenkins, and it's Walker. Jenkins keeps it, and he's going to run to the outside, and a couple Eagles are trying to chase him down from behind, and a good hustle there by Hudson. He brings him down, but it's a good run by Jenkins. He's going to pick up a total of 25 yards. Sterney G. Neil Clement, first down.
Yeah, I think what Vardaman said, hey, we're just going to power it around the left side, lead block with a couple of guys around the left side, and let our fine senior quarterback come around. And again, nice tackle by Hudson, but not before about a 25-yard gain, and first down for Vardaman.
It's cold outside, but it's beautiful in this press box.
Yeah, it is.
Man, I'll tell you, this is the job to have.
I'm looking at Mr. Maloney down there. He's not liking what he's seeing down there.
Jenkins tries to throw right. He completes it, but his wide receiver throws. Gain of 5 on the play. Oh, man.
Yeah, there's no sense in us rubbing it in. Some of our fine faithful there.
Well, my wife is out there right now with Miss Maloney, and they just need to know that in here it is a cool 71. It is. It's chilly.
You're not making friends right now, Steve.
It's all right, man. There are, I tell you, senior night, the Maloneys and the Tibers and the Grays and the Chrismans and the Mullins all getting a chance to watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nothing like watching your kids play football. 2nd and 8 now for Vardaman. I don't want to get in trouble. Jenkins, a quick hitter or a Walker, and he is brought down very quickly there. Good tackle there. And that's Tiber again. He's on a roll on defense. That is going to be his 4th tackle of the night. 2nd and 4 now for the Eagles. 1-on-1, Walker does pick up 5 on the play.
It's actually 3rd and 4 right now, too. I think kind of a late change by the referee there, but 3rd and 4. So see if we can make a stand right here. Obviously, we've been bending a lot, but let's see on this drive if we don't break.
Well, let's keep this clock going now. 2:08. This ref next to me with the clock. I'm trying to, keep that. Let's get the wind on our side here.
You gave him a piece of gum while ago, didn't you?
I'll get him a diet. I'll give him an ice cream. Well, I won't get him ice cream. Hot chocolate. But anyway, 3rd down and 4 now for Vardaman. Looks like some movement, and there's going to be a flag as Vardaman once again showing a little bit undisciplined on the offsides sides of things. That's going to be the 6th penalty of the night.
Yeah, pretty. It's something they're obviously going to have to correct before they get to the playoffs too, because when you get to playoffs too, every little penalty will hurt you too. And obviously these guys are highly talented, but they're going to have to get their discipline level down. So.
Moorville's beating Nettleton 21-0. And let's see if we got anything else. Itawamba 21-7 in their game. Here's the quick hitter by Walker. He tries to hold the ball, goes up the middle. Some good moves. He's got some good feet. He is finally brought down. And I believe you got Trussell and I think Maloney on the play. But that is going to be a first down and goal at the 3-yard line. Gain of 9.
Yeah, actually that was, I think that time it was Dason Maloney and John Mark Jolly in.
Okay.
I don't think Trussell's in right now.
That's right. Jolly's 34. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. It's I think Trussell had an ankle injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Yeah, this week too. So he's not getting to play tonight, unfortunately.
First and goal as Jenkins hands it off, and they're going to say touchdown. He got in. 1-yard run, and let's see who got the ball. Oh, it's a big boy. And trying to figure who it's number 56. They took an offensive lineman. Yeah, they took a senior, I believe, Dylan Landreth. He scores on a 1-yard run. He's the kicker.
Yeah, exactly, too. Hand it to the big man. Let him rumble right there, too. So, again, no mercy. We're seeing that, too. We're seeing why these guys are number 2 in the state right now.
The kick by Landreth, and he is going to
another flag on the play.
Why not?
Yep, another flag on the play right there. Looked like possibly a false start again.
So let's see. I don't know.
Offsides.
Offsides on. Okay, so I think that was it good? No, it must have been a dead ball call.
Yeah, I think it was dead ball.
Want to thank Maloney Glass and Overhead Door. They have been a repeat sponsor year in and year out, sponsoring TCPS stores. They're located on Robert E. Lee Drive, and they provide services for all glass and door needs. As Landreth barely scoots this one in, and the extra point is good. 28-0 Vardaman.
Yeah, with a minute 20 left in the first quarter, 28-0 Vardaman. Not the start we were looking for.
So as far as the Eagles, not a lot to play for tonight, especially, nothing to play for as far as postseason. There was a couple seniors that I think Coach Holliday was hoping they could earn some recognition. Maloney and Tiber both entering or getting close to setting some records. And just very quickly, we've got Tiber with 9 yards, and we have Maloney with 2 tackles, so both have a ways to go. But it's 1:20 left in the first quarter. Man, it has been all Vardaman and then some.
Yeah, I tell you what, especially on a cold night like tonight, Steve, too, this is really makes the sting hurt a little bit worse, too, when you start getting down. Those hits are a little bit harder. So let's, again, hope we can do something with the football this time, put our name on the board.
And the crazy thing is when the Eagles get the wind, again, with their starting quarterback knocked out of the game, they don't have many choices. Charlie Forrest at the 25-30. Nice little move there. Cuts to the outside, but then brought down. Looks like a horse collar tackle, but no flag. So he must have grabbed the shoulder pad or the jersey.
Yeah, it looks like number 72, Adam Wright, the senior captain, stepped up and made the tackle that time for Vardaman. So we'll be starting, it looks like, on about our 34-yard line, too. Again, pretty good field position for us, too. But let's see what we do with our freshman quarterback. Again, he likes to put the ball in the air. Coach Holliday likes to. But, again, going into the wind is going to be a tough job.
Faulkner beating Byers 14-0. Quick hitter up the middle by Hudson, the fullback.
How you like that, too? Hand the ball to the big man, and let's go face-to-face right there, too. So, hey, look at this, too. About a 4-yard gain, too. So hand it to the bull, and let's see what happens.
Make him respect that inside run. If you can make him respect that inside run, the linebackers can't cheat to take the pitch away from Tiber and the Eagles. Second and about 7. 48 seconds left in the first quarter as the Eagles are moving some things around. Here's another quick hitter to Hudson. I hope he can hold on to the ball because, remember, he's not used to carrying the ball as he loses a yard down the play.
Yeah, I think about 18 people hit him that time, too. It looks like the last guy out of the tackle who is getting up kind of slow because he hit a big man is number 50, Mac Armstrong. Coming up with the tackle that time on Hudson.
And they're saying, hey, we'd rather tackle Forrest or Weddle or one of those guys because Hudson, I look at the, let's see what they say here. They say he's 265. I think that's before he ate breakfast.
Yeah, I think he's had a 4 cheeseburgers since then, too. So I'm going to say he's clipping the 275 mark by now. He's a big man out there.
Timeout by the Eagles. Coach Holliday with 8 seconds left in the first quarter, 3rd down. And what you don't want to do is I mean, I guess you could talk about if you pass it's incomplete, you got to punt into the wind. But when it's 28-0, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, exactly. I want to thank a few of our sponsors during the timeout here as well, Steve. I want to thank Heartland Siding. They're proud to be a repeat sponsor this year for TCPS football. Heartland Siding is located in Tupelo at All-American Vinyl Siding Supply on North Veterans. Thank you to Heartland Siding for sponsoring the 2012 TCPS football season.
Boone, go ahead. Belmont's leading Booneville 14-6. Summerall 7, Perry Central 6. And let's see if we get one more. Oxford 14, West Point 7. That's at the end of the first quarter. Here in Belden, Mississippi on senior night for the TCPS Eagles, their last game of the year. It's Vardaman 28, the Eagles nothing.
Well, I tell you what, that Oxford-West Point matchup tonight is a pretty exciting matchup, too. That's two powerhouses going at it. And from what I understand, something's got to give with those two.
We'll try to do our best to keep up with the scores here as now, again, Clayton Knight, the 8th grade quarterback, fakes the handoff to Tiber. He rolls left. He's going to be sacked. That offensive line has got to do a better job. I mean, at some point, Greg, you got to take it personal that someone's whipping you. And if you don't have the talent, that's one thing. But you just can't give up. That little guy's going to get hurt.
Yeah, exactly, too. That time, too, he was running for his life, rolling to the left side, too. Just not a lot of opportunity to get for Clayton to really do anything that time, too. We're just not getting very much blocking up front right now. Gives us a 4th and long. Got to punt the football.
Well, the good news is the quarter is over. 28-0 Vardaman after one quarter. The Eagles will get to punt with the wind at their back. At halftime, we're going to have a longer halftime as usual. So I think what we're going to do is play Coach Holliday's pregame show. And it's kind of a different, unique show. Like before the game, we played the seniors tape.
Right.
And that was meant for halftime. But I know that you and Scott Burns and others can come up with 7 minutes of talk.
Oh, yeah, I can always talk.
I know. I hear you. Hey, it takes one to know one.
Exactly.
But anyways, Coach Holliday, he gets a chance to reflect on every senior. I asked him to describe every senior 2, 3, 4 words, and it is really neat what he has to say about some of these young men.
Yeah, again, like we talked about before the kickoff there, he considers these kids warriors and extremely close to his heart, to his first group, and in a small year and a down year as far as numbers for TCPS, these kids stepped up.
Back to receive the punt will be James Avant, and of course Avant was the one that caught the 20-yard pass from Jenkins to score the 3rd touchdown. Mullins had a 22-yard punt the first time. He is back at the 15. The ball snapped from the 30, and it's a low punt, but it gets a good Eagle bounce and bounces to the 40, 37-yard line of Vardaman. And so that's going to be a 10, 20, 30, 36-yard punt by the Eagles.
Yeah, with about a 21-yard roll. Again, he did not get the football very good off his foot, but it hit, and it was one of those tumblers, Steve. You know, one of those that just hit,
tumblers.
Just keeps on going. So
I will tumble.
It's like an energized bunny. It just kept on running. So that thing ran on down to about the 37-yard line of Vardaman, too. So they've got to drive the field again. Let's hope that our defense can hold.
I want to give a shout-out to Scott Burns. Scott always help us out with this program, the show, and formerly the DJ Live. And what's the name of his new little gig here?
It is the DJ.
It is the DJ.
The office of the DJ.
The office of the DJ.
He's giving me the nod. I said it right.
1st and 10 now for Jenkins and Vardaman. And the quick handoff to Walker. He scoots up the middle, and nice play there. Weddle's going to bring him down. And I think another Eagle after a 10-yard play. And that's going to be Jolly again. That's Jolly's 4th tackle of the night.
Yeah, it's not where we're wanting it to happen right now, too, when we're getting that to the linebacker. To the secondary every time, too. So, again, they're first down. Just run the ball right up the middle, just whipping us at the line right this second.
Starting G. Neal Clement first down as the Tupelo Golden Wave lead Horn Lake by the score of 17-0. 1st and 10 for Vardaman. They're up 28-0 early in the second quarter. Handoff to Walker, and he gets into secondary, and this time gets by the linebacker, and let's see if the Eagles can bring him down, and they do barely at the 12-yard line. Forrest and I think Jolly save a tackle. There's another Eagle back there as well.
Yeah, I think it was actually that time. I think it was Forrest and Tiber that made the save that time, too. They were the first guys, too, to get in there to make the play. A couple other guys coming in behind, but they were the ones to get there, but not after just a huge gain. They're just breaking monster holes right now, right off the line of scrimmage and getting an opportunity to get huge first downs.
1st and 10, Sturdy Genial Clement first down at the 11-yard line as Vardaman goes to the ground attack with the wind in their face. Shotgun, Jenkins rolls right. He looks like he's going to throw. He does, and it's going to be caught.
Yeah, and just a great catch. We had Kyle Gray was right on top of him. Jolly comes across to help, too, and he goes up between both of them. They're fine number 3, Tay West, who's had 5 TDs this year and brought the football down for another Vardaman touchdown.
So it doesn't matter if it's 28-0. The ball is still going up the air. West, 20-yard pass from Jenkins. In the second quarter with 11:01 left here in the quarter, as Vardaman continues to pound it. This one is blocked, though. Dace Maloney, the senior, says, not in my house, not tonight, at least the extra point. And the score now is 34-0 Vardaman.
Yeah, 11 minutes and 1 second left. Just an absolute rout going on right now, Steve. There's no other word for it. They are the real deal. There's no doubt about that, too. There's a reason they're ranked number 2 in the state.
So when you look at some of the stats tonight, not much going on for the Eagles on offense or defense, as Vardaman has had their way with things. And it's been a tough night. It's been a tough year. One thing Coach Holliday, you'll hear him say at halftime, these kids don't give up. And I know we still have about almost 3 quarters of play, and who knows what it might end up. But I guarantee you one thing, Greg. Third and fourth quarter, you're going to still see some effort by some of these Eagles.
Yeah, these guys don't quit, too. Obviously, too, we've been down in numbers. We've been down. We've got a lot of young guys playing for us right now. Injury bug has lit us up all year long, too, but they do not quit. So I'll give that to them. They will not quit.
Well, the problem for the Eagles tonight, too, starting quarterback Tyler Baird knocked out of the game early in the first quarter with a little back injury. As the kickoff goes to Hardigan, he takes it to 30, 35, and he is bowled over at the 40.
Man, look at Hardigan driving those legs, man. He's a compact man.
That's what I think.
Anyway, too. But, man, great job that time by Hardigan, just bulldozing those legs. I think the tackle that time it looked like was by number 55, Marco Gonzalez, got down there to make the play.
He's like the weeble that wobbles but doesn't fall down.
I'll tell you what, he's got the heart as big as a lion, too. He will get out there and give you all he's got. He's going to be a good little player for us over the years.
Yeah, I think so, too. He's a good bowler, too.
Exactly. He's
The
won
dude
2 state titles.
Come on.
Yeah, when he was at Tupelo, they won 2 state titles.
Really?
Yep.
So Knight decides to leave the shotgun and goes under center. Quick pitch to Tiber. Is he going to try to throw it? He cuts outside, and he's going to get barely to the line of scrimmage. And right now, the Vardaman defense, they're playing one thing and one thing only, and that is the rush.
Well, we've had really no success yet throwing the football. I don't even think we've had a completion yet, if I'm not mistaken. And, they're saying, hey, try to throw it on us right now, too. And I think until we complete a few passes, we're going to see that all night long.
So Coach Hollis comes into the game 6-3 overall, 6-0 in the league. They're ranked 195th in the state. Again, it's 1A football, where the Eagles are in the bottom, 300 and something. Here's Dace Maloney on the quick pitch. He's hit pretty hard. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage as well. And Maloney will get no yardage on that play, bring up a third down.
Yeah, number 60, Cody Smith, another senior, steps up. Well, he has 55 tackles this year, so he's had a good year this year playing. But Cody Smith steps up to make the tackle.
So there's a silent auction going on tonight, and apparently if you're here at the game, you've got your headset on, you got a couple more minutes to place a bid. And it's cold. I mean, people are out there huddled up, and people are cuddling in public.
Exactly.
Can you cuddle in public? Yeah, you can.
You can with your spouse.
Quick out off to Tiber up the middle, and he is met there waiting for him. And, again, just looking for somebody to throw a block as Hanby and Gunnels have a hard time in the middle there. And right now, Vardaman is controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, number 2, Raquan Crowley steps up to make the tackle right there, too, for Vardaman, too. Looked like almost a delay that time, too, kind of a look up to pass, handoff delay, but Raquan Crowley right there to make the play. Another punt situation for the Eagles.
So the Eagles now will punt the ball from the 37. Mullins has 2 punts tonight. He's averaging about 29 yards per kick, and this is a good one. The ball is going to bounce at the 30, bounce again, and it's going to be brought in by, is that West. And he's tackled really quick, and then a cheap shot. I mean, that's all it was. Number 2, and is that a flag? No, it's not a flag. Number 2, Crowley, found Gray kind of hanging out.
Yeah,
and,
he came in running full speed and just laid Gray out, too. Like you said, too, when you see the play's pretty much over, really no call for that to come in and try to lay somebody out and get them hurt right now, especially on that. But, hey, he's okay, too. Good to see. Kyle's a tough guy. He jumped right back up, and we're back on defense.
I don't like that. And again, we all make mistakes. Let's just trust that young man. He just made a simple mistake. But that is a dead ball personal foul.
Yeah.
I mean, bottom line, the play was over. Gray was standing there, and someone can get really hurt.
Yeah, when you're not even looking at the play, the tackle had just been made, I think, by Chrisman right there, too. Just made the tackle, and then all of a sudden somebody comes out and blows your guy over like that, too. Just hope he learns from that situation. His 15 yards will be on him, absolutely, but not the time to make a play like that.
So 34-0, Vardaman still every single starter in the ball game. And I don't know if we're at the point. I probably would be in the third quarter. At what point do you say, Coach Hollis, you're starting to get a little foolish with your starters in the game? It just takes one torn ACL or, and your whole year comes down. Especially if you look at Jenkins and Walker, number 1 and number 7. Those are the two playmakers, and you got to keep them healthy. This game is pretty much in the bag. It's the playoffs they'll be worried about.
Exactly.
And there you go. See a quick hit there down the middle and a gain of 2 yards on the play. Good hit. I'm trying to see who got the tackle on that. You got to give it to the closest guy. We'll give it to Hudson on that play.
Yeah, I think it was Hudson stepped up, made the play, went over his side, but I think it was Hudson got him.
So that's going to be a loss of 1, so that's 2nd and 26. And there's going to be a flag thrown. And
I think it's like it was a timeout on the officials right there. So
yeah, I think what's going on is the official on the opposite side of the field is having a conversation with the head referee, and either he's okay. I see what they're doing. It was 1st and 10, and then there was a dead ball personal foul. So instead of 1st and 25, it should have been 1st and 10.
Exactly, too. I think our chain gain never got moved on that, too. But really and truly, I think
if it's a dead ball,
yeah.
Think about it. It should be 1st and 25.
Yeah, it should be 1st and 25
Go figure.
on that, too. So.
2nd and 10, 8:24 in the second quarter. All Vardaman, 34-0. Handoff to who is that? Jenkins in the middle? No, it's not Jenkins. That one is going to be to Walker.
Yeah, it looked like that time Hudson and Tiber stepped up together to make the tackle that time. So, another situation too. I'm not real sure. I'm kind of like you too. On a dead ball like that, we should have been, but now we're still sitting at 3rd and 4. So tough break for the Eagles.
Tiber picks up his sixth tackle of the night tonight. So on defense, really seeing things right now. It's going to be another offsides call. The flag comes down. A lot of flags in a game that's 34-0.
Yeah, we got. Looks like we got an Eagle down. Looked like Matt Cates took a shot. He's kind of holding his head right now too. It looks like he hopped back up. He's a tough young man, junior defensive tackle for us that time too. But he hops back up. I think he's okay. And another penalty puts him at 3rd and 9. Steve.
So as much as Vardaman, at least in my eyes, have been the best team we've seen all year, Greg. They have 8 penalties, and we're not even in the half of the game.
Yeah, they've definitely been the most undisciplined team
you're
we've
right.
seen so far, too, which is a little surprising, too. I know Coach Hollis usually has an extremely disciplined team, too, so not real sure.
Here's the pass over the middle, and good breakup by Jolly. He tried to hit his wide receiver on a post, and Jolly, number 34, the 9th grader, steps up. He's a ball hawk and makes a nice play.
Yeah, too. That time, too, he kind of stepped up and had an opportunity as the play came across to make the play.
So what's with those hand signals?
He's an 8th grader.
Oh, come on, is he?
He's an 8th grader.
Oh, he's athletic, like his mama. I like that.
Whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, he's an 8th grader.
Now, one of the Vardaman coaches knew you and was talking before the game to say hello to you and said that you were a crafty left-handed pitcher.
Well, back in my days,
Yeah.
I was that kind of pitcher that grab a little grease from behind the ear and kind of spin it and everything.
You have no hair, so you have no
grease. Kind of that
grease.
Major League. You ever see that guy on Major League? He's grabbing grease. That was me. That was me.
Dude, you got to have hair to have grease.
You are right too, but my wife tells me bald is beautiful.
Well, she's trying to build you up, dude. That's all I'm going to say.
But
now if you need a little gel.
You need a little gel, you got it.
That stuff's like concrete right now. Hear that?
I hear that too.
Anyways.
Yeah, Vardaman's close to my old stomping grounds down. I grew up in Houston, Mississippi, so a lot of good friends over in Vardaman.
What was his name? He's the new baseball coach over there. He just is this going to be his first year. He was telling us that he had heard great things about our program, knew some of our players, knew of Carter and Tiber and a couple players that were here last year that are no longer here. But yeah, he's excited. But yeah, he had some real nice things to say about you. But the play by Jolly brings up a 4th down, so Vardaman's going to have to punt the ball unless Coach Hollis calls a fake. No, he doesn't. The ball is kicked, And you got to be kidding me. You're going to have roughing the kicker on Hudson, and so they're going to get the ball right back. That's a bonehead play.
Yeah, not the best play right there, too. To when you know you're going to get the ball at good field position, too. Just don't take a chance right there to hit running into the kicker by Hudson right there, too. So it gives the juggernaut offense of Vardaman back another opportunity to get on the field.
Now, don't get me wrong. If Jolly made that play or Tiber, I'd say a bonehead play as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But you've just stopped the offense. You're getting the ball back, and you run into the kicker.
Yeah, too. Just a tough break right there. Not the situation we wanted to see happen, but puts Vardaman right back in business after the personal foul. Looks like first down on the 36-yard line.
Tupelo leads their game against Horn Lake now 24-0. Boonville and Belmont is tied at 14. 7:09 in the second quarter. Jenkins is still throwing the ball. He hits a quick hitter in the middle, and it's going to be wide receiver's going to be brought down by a slew of Eagles, and another cheap shot. And I'm sorry, it is what it is. When a guy's making a tackle and you see an offensive lineman come in and clean somebody up, somebody's going to get hurt in a game right now that's 34-0.
Yeah,
And Dason Maloney on the tackle.
Yeah, I think Jolly and Dason Maloney hit him right there together at the same time. When they hit him, it was obviously the tackle was going down, and another cheap shot. Just not the time and place for this, especially when you've got the lead handedly right now.
1st and 10 now for Vardaman. 34-zip. The Rams lead this one. Jenkins drops back to pass, still throwing the ball, and this one is going to be caught again, slammed down after a 15-yard catch. Gray with the tackle, but that's going to be another Stern Genio Clement first down.
Yeah, kind of a go 10 out, cut across post there, and hit him. Gray was right there with him, pound for pound, but he made a great catch. The ball was laser thrown right there where you needed it. So just a good play by their fine quarterback, Jenkins.
So now they're going to get a sideline warning on Vardaman.
34-0, guys. Let's not get too pumped up on the flag.
Well, Vardaman's going back thinking that it was a penalty, but it's just a warning.
Yeah, it's just a warning first time too. But
I like to meet Coach House after the game.
Yeah,
seriously, I'm kind of curious. At the end of the day, I love picking coaches' brains.
Sure, and just kind of see what that. Well, he's really probably wanting to get in a lot of practice going in. I really got to think. I got to think second half you're not going to see him though.
Walker gets his clock cleaned by Maloney and Chrisman.
Yeah, I think Chrisman hit him first and kind of had him, and then Maloney cleaned it up right there too. So good job by two of our seniors that time to make the tackle. Gain of about 3.5 yards on the play. So a second down and a long 6, Steve.
So Vardaman right now moving the ball, trying to add to their lead. Gunnels comes out of the ball game, and I think Mullins goes in. 2nd and 7. 5:49 as Vardaman leads this one by a boatload. Handoff to Walker, goes up the middle, and he's going to be brought down very quickly by Chrisman. And this is where, again, that's where you're going to get hurt.
Wow.
That's exactly how it's happened.
That is exactly how it happens right there, too. Man, almost. And it was nobody's fault. The play is going backwards. The referee did not blow the whistle. And as the play is going backwards, they fall back on their fine running back, Dante Walker's leg. No injury, but thank goodness. You just
now he's coming up hobbling a little bit. And, again, if you're a coach.
Yeah, it's time to kind of call off the dogs if I'm the coach right now.
So he had stopped forward progress, Chrisman and I think Hudson on the tackle, and while the whistle was either being blown or about to be blown, he was standing straight up, and he got run into as he's tackled again, and he's cleaned up again. Hudson, and he throws the ball on the ground, and usually when a running back throws the ball on the ground, there's a flag, but not tonight, as, again, hate to keep coming back to this, but lack of discipline in a team that looks dominant on the field is going to come back and haunt them in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it really is, too. They're kind of almost, when things aren't going their way right now, it's lack of better words, they're pouting a little bit. So, not what you would expect to see from the number 2 team in the state, too. Obviously, extremely superior in talent out there, too. But I think Coach Hollis is going to have a conversation with his kids. He's calling them in, too. Obviously, Coach Hollis has been doing this a while. He's going to have a little conversation here and say, guys, it's time to tone it up.
Thrasher beating Smithville by the score of, I believe it's 14-12. Let me just look at this real quick. And I'm sorry, Smithville is up 14-12 at half over Thrasher. And that's a big game. Thrasher's got to win that if they want to go to the playoffs. If not, Coldwater should about grab that last spot. Some other scores I'm looking here. Aberdeen 33, South Pontotoc 0. And that is it. Twitter, STybor3, STYBOR3. If you have any scores, love to hear them. Not that you're at another game listening to me, but you might be following somebody on Twitter and you hear something.
You never know.
That's
you
right.
Never know.
We got one last week. So it looks like Vardaman, it's 4th and 10, but they are not punting for it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of in that no man's land right now. Might as well go for it in their mind.
Jenkins drops back to pass. He's going to throw the ball, and it's tipped, but it's caught. The wide receiver gets in front of Gray, and Gray, unfortunately, gives up the post pattern, and that's going to be a Stern AG Neil Clement first down, gain of 25 for the Eagles.
Yeah, too. Looked like Gray cut right in front of him, too. Jolly comes up to try to tip the ball, knock it down. He was a little bit short on coming up to make the play, and just a great throw and catch by Vardaman again. Puts him down in business. Down on about the 10-yard line right now.
4:12 left in the first half. Vardaman has not called the dogs off. As a matter of fact, they're ramping up as they continue to throw the ball. Drop back to pass Jenkins. He throws the ball. It's caught by number 2. And that is going to be, I believe, a touchdown by Crowley. And, yes, Crowley gets in the end zone. So Crowley on a 10-yard pass from Jenkins.
He was met by a host of Eagles right there on the line, but he already had enough momentum going that way to Charlie Forrest met him, and then also hit by Maloney and Jolly right there, but it was not before he'd already crossed the line too. So another touchdown puts it 40-0 with 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the second quarter.
And we knew, Greg, walking into this could get pretty darn ugly. I mean, we knew it.
Yeah.
And so, again.
Another flag on the play.
Why not?
Yeah. I'm not sure who it was, who moved that time too, but it was.
So I'm getting texts from listeners. Of course, I would never say who they are, but they're saying 34-0 throwing the ball? Are you serious? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Looks like an offside on
me.
the Eagles that time, if I'm not mistaken.
So Landreth will go for the extra point, and the snap is high, but he gets it up, and it's going to be good. So Landreth puts Vardaman up 41-0. And a humbling game for the Eagles as Vardaman continues to throw, and throw.
I think this is what you call one of those things growing up, Steve, a life lesson. It's what I like to call this.
And you know what? It's kind of like in the neighborhood when you grew up and a little kid, and hopefully no one's getting in fights and getting beat up. But you know, you're getting beat up, and the kid tells you he's beating you up, and he says, I'm going to be out in 5 more minutes to beat you up again.
Yeah, kind of almost, though, feel like kind of a friend of mine here said Steve Spurrier feeling almost going on tonight.
Really?
Okay. Lighting the ball up, letting
it
fly up and down the field. So we almost have a Spurrier feel going on tonight in the football game.
Well, I'm going to control some of my personal emotions and just continue to announce the football game because at the end of the day, it's not about us. It's not about coaches. It's about these players.
Exactly.
And Vardaman and TCPS, seniors on both sides are winding down a career. Vardaman going to the playoffs. The Eagles not. And tonight, Vardaman leading this one 41-0. Here's the kick. It's a squib, and it's going to be caught by Hudson. No, he's going to fumble it, and he's going to cough it up, and it's going to be Vardaman's ball. And so the kick works for Coach Hollis. The onside kick. He kicked it up in the air, kicked it 10 yards, and Vardaman is going to get the ball. Is Coach Hollis up 41-0? Squib kicks it.
Yeah, exactly, too. Just a little bit of more feeding the fire right there, too. Obviously, he's getting every play worked on tonight, too, getting ready for the playoffs. But a squib kick up 41-0, too, just really demoralizing for the Eagles right now.
So 3:47 left in the second quarter. I want to thank some of our sponsors. And by the way, you're listening to WAQB 90.9 in Tupelo, Mississippi, an American Family radio station. Thank you to our friends there for all that they're doing to put TCPS football in the air.
And gives Vardaman another Stern AG Neil Clements first down.
Yeah, why not? Here's the handoff, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. Jenkins is thrown down for an 8-yard loss. And the Eagles families and fans like that when they're seeing the starting quarterback picked up and throw down on the ground.
Yeah, it looked like Chrisman came in. I think it was Chrisman came in that time, too, to just really wrap him up and take him over the top in a tackle there. It gives him a second and long. So, again, kind of a situation we were in a few minutes ago. getting them back, but got to watch Vardaman going back to the air here.
Yeah, when you're up by 41-0, you want to try to get one more before the half. Just kind of kidding you. Walker takes a handoff. Tiber gets a chance to bring him down, doesn't, but Maloney comes up and makes the tackle. So Dason Maloney, his 6th tackle of the game, and that tackle there ties Maloney for the all-time lead with Ron Levine at 257. So next time Maloney tackles, Maloney will set a record for TCPS. And right now you're looking for, just those little good feelings about a ball club that's struggling tonight.
Small victories right now, too. And Dason Maloney's been a warrior all year. We just got to hope that he gets that one more tonight.
And he will. And so this time Hudson's going to bring down the runner after about a gain of 1. Tiber gets in there as well, and a whole bunch of Eagles. And I believe that's going to be it. Dason Maloney just set an all-time record as he has just recorded his 258th tackle. And Dason Maloney, no one has tackled more times than a TCPS Eagle than Dason Maloney. Congratulations to Dason Maloney. Maloney and Hudson on the tackle. And I'll tell you, as a parent, as a fan, man, you got to get excited for Dason Maloney as he gets the job done on the field. Coach Holliday calls a timeout, and he brings Dason Maloney over, and he just wants to say congratulations. And so Maloney, he's a warrior.
He is a warrior. Just an absolutely wonderful deal right there, too, as Coach Holliday brings Dason out, too, to really tell him thank you, too. Dason steps out to the 50 right here, too. Just great job by Dason.
I love this. So Aubrey Bourne is going to present a ball to Dason Maloney, congratulate him at midfield. And even though in a game where you're getting whipped, Dason Maloney points to heaven, gives glory to God, as that young man always does. The other Eagle players lift up their helmets, and Dason Maloney, 258 tackles. Man, I'm tired just thinking about it.
What a machine. I tell you what, too. And I tell you one thing about Dason Maloney, he is one more class act, too.
He is.
He's a young man. The first time I ever met him, he's yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, sir. The Maloney family has got to be very proud of that young man, too, because he is besides just being a great football player, he's got a ton of character, too.
And I'm going to tell you selfishly, I've coached Will Cockrell, Braxton Malone, some of my favorites. Dason Maloney is right up there. It's been a joy to know that young man, to be around him. Had a chance to coach him a couple years ago. Comes from a great family, and I'm proud of him. Congratulations, Dason Maloney, and to the Maloney family. Quick pass by Jenkins. He throws it over the middle to number 3, and number 3, West, is going to take that, and he's going to say, great, touchdown.
Yeah, 2 broken tackles right there that time, too. Great job. He catches the ball in the middle and just takes it to the house right after that. So we got the Eagles right now got to do a better job of wrapping up, especially in a route like this going on.
1:48 left in the second quarter. Jenkins drops back the pass, hits West on a post. West caught it. He sidestepped the safety and then ran in untouched. And Jenkins is a good-looking quarterback.
Yeah, it really is. He's got that big, tall frame out there, too, and really does a good job of seeing the field to dump the ball off. He never gets really panicked or rushed out there.
6'1", 180, as Landver tries the extra point. He's got a good leg. Probably actually it's going to be no good, but he did hit the ball pretty good. 47-0 Vardaman.
Yeah, exactly, too. He does have a good leg. He almost hit an 18-wheeler coming by on 78 out there, too, when he booted it. But a little bit looked like wide left that time.
So the Eagles, with 1:48 left in the second quarter, again, we're going to have a little bit longer halftime as the seniors get a chance to be honored with their families. And so I know that you'll be playing the pregame show with Coach Holliday as I try to check up some scores real quick. Not much going on Twitter. Oh, here comes one. Boonville and Belmont tied at 14. No World Series action tonight. Action kicks off again, or not kicks off, starts again tomorrow in Detroit. And Greg, guess what?
What's that?
I will be there.
That is awesome. I know that's your team, Detroit.
That
Obviously,
is.
they had a slow start, but I tell you what, do not count the Tigers out because when they get home to Detroit, it's a brand new ball game.
And so far, everything's gone the Giants' way. I mean, they've played great ball.
Yeah,
very good team. And the Tigers aren't hitting, absolutely. But now you go to Detroit for 3, and if you could win, the first 2, and that's a big if, but you got Scherzer and you have Garcia. Sanchez, and you have Verlander coming back in the 5th. Here comes another squib kick by Vardaman as the ball is picked up by Maloney at the 40, the 45, the 50. He's going to cross midfield, the 40, 35, 30, 26-yard line. So Dason Maloney, the senior, says, quick kick it to me, dude, and I'm going to run it back.
Yeah, Brady Pendergraph in on the tackle right there for Vardaman that time, too. So, but not before we get about a gosh, you got about a 40-yard gain out of that right there for Dason Maloney that time, too. Great run back, puts the ball on the 30-yard line. And let's see if we can't go in here with a minute 39 left. If I'm coach with the wind in my back right now, let's put the ball in the air.
And I tell you what, I saw 24 Tiber clean the clock of a Vardaman Ram and open up the floodgate for Maloney. So the two seniors, Batman and Robin, do some action there. And it's first down and 10. Sterling G. Neil Clement first down. Here's the quick hitter, and it's going to be deflected. Try to hit Tiber, who was lined up in the slot. But the defensive end came in untouched.
Yeah.
Boy, your tackle's got to get a hand on him.
Yeah, Cody Smith, defensive end for which is a captain with about 59 tackles now on the year. Just came around untouched on the right side. Never got a helmet on him, I don't think. And got the hands up to deflect the football.
West Point beating Oxford 28-14. Hernando 21, Saltillo 7 at half. A little bit of a surprise there. Knight drops back to pass. He's going to tuck it and run. 35-30. A flag comes down. And oh my gosh, Jenkins hits the quarterback about 4 yards out of the field of play.
And he gets no flag. I do not understand why. Oh my goodness.
And Coach Holliday is livid.
That was I just got to say it. That is a terrible call right there.
Well,
too.
you know, Coach Holliday's down to his last quarterback as Tyler Beard gets knocked out. And, I mean, it wasn't close. I don't know if he probably didn't see it.
Yeah, well, he was standing right beside it. I got a tough time with a referee not protecting the kid. It is obvious that Clayton Knight had decided he was heading to the sideline, took the football, and I have a real problem with the coach not protecting. I mean, I'm sorry, not a coach, a referee not protecting players.
Larkston Ewing, the senior free safety, he is banged up on the Vardaman squad, and he'll be coming out of the game. So Coach Hollis, with all the starters in, loses one. We don't know if it's just for a play. Let's hope he's not hurt. And I don't care what the score is. I don't care what happens this game. You want your players. I mean, these young men, they've worked hard. They want to play, especially with the playoffs right around the corner for the Rams.
Yeah, when they've earned the spot like they have right now too, you got to hope nobody gets injured. And but you got to have some protection by referees as well. I still try to keep some emotion out of this, Steve, but that one makes me a little irritated.
Tough. That's tough.
It really is.
So Knight he stays in the ball game. He took the shot, 2nd and 1 now for the Eagles. 125, the quick hitter to Tiber, and he goes up the middle, keeps his feet moving. Good run there by Tiber. He gets a Sterling G. Neil Clement first down. He takes the ball to the 7-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, got a minute 19 left right now, too, so still enough time to put the ball in the end zone, too. Looks like a timeout. Tiber coming out holding his head. I don't know if he took a shot to the back of his head when he went down or something. Just kind of got a few stars rolling around in there, but looks like he's taking a little breather.
Now, last week, Tiber had his helmet totally cracked, so he had to find a different helmet. And so he's wearing a helmet for the first – I mean, he's worn it all week. As they look at the back of his head, he might just have had his head pushed back a little bit. So first down and goal for the Eagles. Good run by Tiber as Maloney replaces him. Here's the quick handoff to Maloney. He's going to be brought down after a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, clock's ticking down to 47 seconds and still running right now, too. We'll see what happens if Coach Holliday tries to get one score on the board before.
Oh, yeah.
I think we have, if I'm not mistaken, one more timeout, Steve.
So 33 seconds in running. And 2nd down, it looks like Tiber's all right, wanting to come back into the game. Should come in after this play. So 2nd down and goal now from the 8 as Knight in the empty backfield rolls right. No, a quick throw, and there's going to be a flag as now Knight goes down as he hits the ball, literally gets hit at his knees.
Yeah, just a strong rush that time coming through right through the middle. And hit him right in the knees, too. He's still kind of holding that leg a little bit. Seems like he's okay, though. I think they're going to take him out one play, let him take a little breather, though.
So now probably Forrest goes in at quarterback, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think you'd see Forrest going in and probably run some kind of wildcat formation right here.
Well, they better hurry up. They've only got about 10 seconds left in the half as they line up Forrest with a power eye. And even though they have a timeout, he does he gets thrown for a 4-yard loss. So, again, no blocking at all on the right side. So if you're a guard or tackle on the right side, man, it's pretty hard to go and look at your players in halftime when you got to get a hand on the dude.
Yeah.
Forrest loses 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, it looks like a tackle by number 60, Cody Smith, that time steps up to make another tackle. He's having a really good ball game, Steve.
So that's going to be the end of the first half with the score, Vardaman 47, the Eagles nothing, and we are going to now honor the seniors at halftime. And so I'm going to turn it over to you, Greg. We'll talk to you in a little bit. And Scott will come back and put the passcode in here so he can do the halftime show. And so, Greg, if you want to go from here, I'll be back in a little bit.
Absolutely, too. Getting ready for the halftime show. Getting ready for the halftime show and looking for, again, our interview with Coach Holliday. Like I said, he had a few key words from each one of our seniors as Scott gets ready to hook us up here. But, he had Steve asked him and said, hey, Coach Holliday, give me a few words that, each player has had this year that would really represent them. So as Scott gets ready to turn it on right here, too, let's listen to the words Coach Holliday had to say.
Well, Steve Tybor back with Coach Holliday in our last pregame interview, Coach. Vardaman tonight, where did the year go?
It flew by, Mr. Tybor. I tell you, ever since the end of June till now, it's just been a blur. Just, one minute after another has gone by so quick. But it's been a good year, and I'm proud of my guys, and we look forward to going out tonight having a blast.
So it seemed like yesterday we were talking about getting ready for a scrimmage against Baldwin and talking about the team and the numbers were down. And so you look back, and again, it's been like a blur. Probably not the W's and L's that you were hoping for or wanting. And yet, man, you look back at the year, and there's got to be some reasons to smile.
Oh, there are a lot of reasons to smile, The first thing you think about when you think about the team of 2012 is heart and courage. That's one thing that this team displays, from Zach Tybor playing with the rib issues to Dason Maloney never coming out of play. I mean, the kid,
he's like the gladiator.
Yeah, and gets mad when I take him out on the last play of the game. He's like, leave me in, coach. But and then you see the bright side of it in the last couple of games with our 8th graders coming up.
Oh, I know.
Clayton Knight at quarterback, some of those young guys, my man Bowling P and Lucas Hardigan.
Oh, my gosh.
If Lucas was a little taller. That song, I Wish I Was a Little Bit Taller?
Yeah, I do.
That's Lucas. We just wish he was a little bit taller. But it's been a great year, and, we've learned a lot about ourselves as well as this football program.
What's interesting is I had a chance to meet with the seniors, and we're going to do their interview at halftime today. I gave them each 2 minutes, asked them crazy questions. Some were serious. And, Coach, I don't know if you've heard it yet, because I know we recorded it the other day. You need to listen to hear, I asked like 4 or 5 of them, I said, give me a couple words to describe Coach Holliday. It was some good stuff. These boys love you.
Well, they're my boys. I look at them as my kids, That's one thing about coaching that I think I get too caught up in it. It's not the winning and losses that matter to me. It's having an effect on a kid's life.
Yeah, but think about it, Coach. I mean, you're 0-9. You have not won a ball game. And most people are like, okay, let me get a bat ready. Let's get the basketball ready. But when I talked to these guys, I mean, they didn't want to leave. They were hanging in here. They wanted to hear the other responses. And again, when you hear it, it was humbling. These kids would die for you.
I got to hear I got to hear everything but the last minute and a half was Zach's interview. Oh. And it was like it cut off on me for some reason. But, man, Mr. Tybor, we've just got a great group of kids. These kids have grown up together. They're playing for each other. It's kind of like the old saying, you can't get blood from a turnip.
Right.
I don't think there's anything else that we could have gotten from these kids this year that they hadn't already given us.
Let's have some fun. Just maybe 2, 3, 4 words. I'm gonna hopefully remember every senior's name. Let's start. What comes to your mind? Russell Hanby.
A warrior. Russell, I mean, he goes out there with two messed up rotator cuffs. He's the leader on our offensive line. He knows all the plays. Got the heart and desire of 10 men. Just a great kid.
Emery Mullins.
Emery's been a great punter for us this year and a good offensive lineman. There's been many times where we would be held back on the 20-yard line and he'd set off a 30-yard punt to change the momentum of the field for us. This is a kid that wasn't even going to play this year, and has come out and done a great job for us.
Connor Chrisman.
Connor has a motor that doesn't stop running.
I'm telling you.
He never slows down. I mean, Connor has been wide open all year long. Connor's another great kid. I wish we had Connor back for another year along with these other seniors.
Kyle Gray.
Wow, Kyle, what can you say about Kyle? Kyle gives you everything he's got. He's not the most athletic. He's not the most graceful, but Kyle has the heart the size of this room that we're in right now. Kyle will definitely be missed when he leaves TCPS.
What about Charlie Forrest?
Charlie is one of our better all-around athletes.
Okay.
Charlie could possibly play a little JUCO football, I think,
Really?
if he works at it.
Okay.
He's got to work over the summer and get in shape. Charlie he exemplifies TCPS football this year. Every game, we joke about it. Me and Coach Small was talking the other day. We got to come up with somebody for a nickname of Charlie next year because Charlie goes down every game.
And we say that. I don't know if you ever listen to radio broadcast, but every game he goes down maybe once or twice, but he always pops up and he's back. He's like the soccer players on TV. They get hurt. You think, oh my gosh, he's gonna be airlifted, and then they score a goal 3 minutes later.
He's right back in there getting the touchdown. So
it's crazy.
Charlie's another one of those kids with a big heart.
I know that the listeners and people coming to the games didn't see a lot of this young man, but Lee McBunch.
Lee McBunch, good athlete. I earned a lot of respect for Lee, even though he's been going to therapy. He still comes to practice every Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, every Thursday he's out there helping us do scout team or something like that. If we'd have had Lee, who knows what might have happened. But Lee is a great kid. He's got a great future in baseball, and it's just been a pleasure. Me and Lee are kind of like Lamont and Fred on Sanford and Son. We argue once a month. I mean, it's just something about it. We're going to have an intense argument, and then we're going to go up and hug each other. That's just a relationship. I love him to death.
Tyler Beard.
Tyler Beard. There's so many words to describe Tyler, but here's a kid that's never played football before.
That's amazing.
Never been on a football field.
Crazy.
And we threw him into the toughest position on the football field. Courage would describe Tyler.
Okay, I like
courage
that.
because to play football, to play quarterback of all positions, you got to know what you're doing.
Sure.
And here's a kid we took and tried to make him into a quarterback.
Right.
So and he never got frustrated. He stayed over after practice. Him and Dason would stay over and run the 46 blast bootleg pass every day. And I told him, I said, guys, it's going to work one day. And it has worked one time. It might not work again, but we got that one touchdown out of it.
I was asking the players to each name a play that they will remember for the rest of their life. And a couple said Charlie Force's 1-yard run for a quarterback sneak, a whole nother reason. But that play came up with two of them. So, of course, Tyler and Dason. But anyways, Zachary Tiber.
A beast.
Okay.
I call Zachary Wolverine. I mean, that dude there, he's kind of like Connor. He's wide open from the time he gets on the field to the time he gets off. He's not going to be denied. He's a workhorse. I remember, I'll compare him to kind of like Deuce McAllister. When you got a horse, you got to feed him. We got Zach, and we learned it early in the year that passing might not be our biggest asset.
Sure.
But we started feeding Zach the ball, and hopefully tonight, all that running that he's done is going to pay off with a new school record for rushing.
Ooh, we'll talk about that in a minute. Good. Last but not least, Dason Maloney.
The heart and soul of TCPS football. Dason, I mean, I know his dad's a construction guy, and you can tell he's instilled those morals in Dason. Dason doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't hoop and holler like normal football players would do. He just goes out. He gets the job done. He leads by example, on and off the field. He's definitely the heart and soul of TCPS football.
So Dason Maloney and Zach Tiber, the last two guys we're talking about, both of those individuals, I mean, this is a team sport, and yet if you're into sports and baseball, I mean, there's records and stats. And let's start with Dason Maloney first. Dason Maloney tonight, Coach, if he gets 7 tackles, and he's been averaging about 11, but if he gets 7, he'll become the all-time career tackle leader with 258.
Wow.
I can't even count that high.
Me neither.
Me neither. Maybe by 20s or 50s, 50, 100, but 200, I mean 258, Dason Maloney, if he gets 7 tonight.
Nobody deserves it any more than he does.
I agree with you. I like that.
Nobody deserves it.
And then you
anymore.
mentioned Tiber early in the year. Got the running game going a little bit, stuttered a little bit, but he is within, 42, 43 yards of becoming the single season record holder, besting Braxton Malongsong, who I just loved as an athlete and as a young man. But Zach has a chance tonight to get his name written in the record book as well.
And I'll tell you this, I hope I'll have my phone on me, so I hope the announcer announces it, or there's some way Coach Smalls or somebody reminds me, because we will stop this football game tonight and recognize those guys. You have to build on small things like that, to keep your program energized and going on. And those kids deserve that recognition. Those seniors have been here for 4 or 5 years building this program, and tonight's all about them. And that's just another thing that we can do to honor those seniors whenever they get those records. Those are some of the things that we've talked about earlier this year is, you know what, not necessarily now that we know we don't have a shot at the playoffs, we know we don't have other things, but those are some team goals that we can reach.
Sure.
And I want the other kids to be proud of those goals also.
Absolutely. And some of these seniors, they were around when they saw Darius Garrett score 14 touchdowns and Will Cockrell throwing 28 touchdown passes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're right. So let's look back. We got a couple more minutes back on the year. Give me 2, 3, 4 things that when you're driving around a month from now and football's long gone and you're getting your baseball hat on, you think back to the football season. Give me 2, 3, 4 plays that you'll remember.
Dason's one-handed catch.
That should have been on ESPN.
Yeah.
He had like glue on his hand or something.
Dason's one-handed catch. Now, here's a guy that played center last year, mind you. So any catch that he makes, we're proud of.
All right.
Clayton Knight coming in as an 8th grader at quarterback.
Yeah. And he is not wide-eyed.
No.
I mean, he's not the tallest dude in the world. He can barely see over some of the linemen.
Yeah.
He's looking for lanes.
Here's a story on that. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
They're in the huddle against Smithville. Clayton looks at him and says, guys, shut up. Get the play. And, that's what you want out of a quarterback. It doesn't matter what grade he's in.
I was talking to Zachary. I said, tell me about Clayton Knight. He goes, I'll tell you one thing. He gets in the huddle. He leads that huddle.
He leads.
And you're right.
Yeah.
You look for that. Other plays that come to your mind.
The other plays would be Zachary going for the 243 that one night, or 248.
Whatever.
Rushing.
Yeah, close.
Yeah.
There you go.
The chicken spaghetti the night we played Thrasher.
Chicken spaghetti?
Chicken spaghetti.
All right.
That's an inside joke that we all love about.
All right. Chicken spaghetti.
The defense the night against Thrasher.
Yeah, I thought they played well.
The defense that night was unreal that night.
They played well.
We're gonna have a memory tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
Okay.
We scored a touchdown. We're gonna get Lucas Hardigan in the end zone tonight. And I'm gonna probably get a 15-yard penalty because we're gonna do the bowling pin celebration.
Oh gosh.
We're gonna set him up like bowling pins, and he's gonna bowl it.
Oh man. Well, one thing about Vardaman, they do give up a lot of points. And to bring up that 15-yard celebration, I had Kyle Gray. I said, Kyle, man, what was your greatest highlight? He goes, well, when I scored a touchdown. I said, do you remember what happened afterwards? He goes, yes, sir. I said, what? He goes, I spiked the ball. And I said, why? He goes, I never scored before. Anyways, hey, it is about having fun, isn't it?
It is. I mean, at this point, that's what do you play the games for?
Right.
I tell my kids and other kids all the time, you look at Alex Rodriguez, Cecil Fielder, Ray Lewis, and all those guys. They're grown men playing a kid's game. And here we are. We're kids playing a kid's game.
You're right.
So you play the game because you enjoy the game. You play the game to have fun. When you stop having fun, there's no point in playing anymore.
It's time to move on. Well, Coach, I know that these young men have enjoyed playing for you and the other coaches, and I know you and I get emotional times when we talk about, kind of the year, but you have played a huge part in these young men's lives. And, I've told my son many times this year, probably 5 times, true leaders are defined not when they lead, when things are going great. It's how you lead when you're going through trials.
Yes, sir.
And this team's had some trials.
Oh, yeah.
But under your leadership, I tell you what, the baton is going to be passed to that next class. And, man, we appreciate you so much, Coach.
Well, thank you, guys. I say this all the time. I appreciate Coach Bourne and the TCPS family giving me a chance to come in and be the new head football coach here at TCPS. I just hope that I can continue and build on the tradition and the foundation that has been laid here. I tell these seniors all the time, you might not see it this year.
Well, Steve Tiber back with Coach Holliday in our last pregame interview, Coach. Vardaman tonight, where did the year go?
It flew by, Mr. Tiber.
And there you have it. Interview. Apologize for that. Got cut just a little bit short on us right there, too. But I think you heard the passion from Coach Holliday. As the kids start running back out on the field right now, just, a really passionate coach. We just really appreciate the opportunity of having Coach Holliday here this year. And look for all the years to come for him. He's done an extraordinary job with, again, down on talent this year. down on players this year, if you will. And just a good job this time by Sean. I've known Sean personally for a long time now, and actually went to college with him, had an opportunity to just know him as he's grown up and matured, as we all have, and just been really impressed with the way he's kind of led these kids by character and led them by example. Again, it's not always about wins and losses on the field. It's about building character in young men. So we thank Coach Holliday and his whole staff this year for doing what they did. So right back out here again at TCPS football in Belden, Mississippi. Not going so well tonight for the TCPS Eagles. 47-0 all Vardaman so far. Just a tough ball game so far for tonight for the Eagles. Nothing has really bounced our way. Nothing's going our way right now. But I can promise you this: when you count on the Eagles, they're not going to give up. They're going to continue to fight. So as we look at our Eagles out there getting ready to start stretching, as we talked about a little earlier too, it's an extremely cold night out here tonight, but we've still got a lot of Eagle faithful sticking around and really getting an opportunity to watch their Eagles play tonight. We had 9 seniors honored tonight on the field, and that's where Steve is right now too. One of his son, Zachary Tiber, was honored tonight. Our fine young running back and defensive back for us this year too, as well as many of our other seniors, which we heard the show during before pregame. We heard the show where the kids were able to come in and each one of them were able to talk. They've just done an extraordinary job this year, fighting through adversity, fighting through. We've had injuries, and just done a good job, as Coach Holliday likes to call them. They're warriors. So far tonight too, we have had the injury bug bite us a little bit. Our senior quarterback Tyler Beard had to come out of the ball games with back spasms, and just had been plagued with some issues with his back, and a couple of different issues and different things he's had happen to. I'm going to do something right here. I'm going to try to put my friend Mark Foster on the spot right here too. Mark really kind of heads up our athletic booster club, and he's kind of looking at me as the deer in the headlights right now too. It's kind of funny. But Mark, tell us a little bit about what you've done so far this year too. We just appreciate what you've done and being available for what you've done for TCPS. But tell us a little bit about the booster club and what we got going on this year.
Oh, thanks, Greg, for having me up, and I'm proud to talk about the TCPS Boosters Club. We have over 75 members now. Basically, we are a group of parents and interested parties that want to support all the athletics at TCPS. As a school trying to hold our tuition to the most affordable level, we have to depend on donations and the Booster Club to help support a lot of the athletics we do here at the school. So it's a real big part, and has been since its founding. In our athletics, we offer 10 sports here, so that's quite a bit to. And now we've added bowling, so we're super excited about the opportunities we give our young people, because the life lessons learned on the football field, on the baseball field, and the bowling lanes can oftentimes outweigh what you can learn in the classroom. So we want to make it's always been a balanced approach to education here, Christ-centered, not only in the classroom but also in the athletics field. So we're excited to be able to offer that.
Well, you've been part of this school for a long time now, and you've with Israel coming through, and now with your younger children coming through now as well, you've really had an opportunity to see this school grow. It's pretty impressive what's happened out here at TCPS.
Been very exciting from the times we were at First Evangelical Church, which is now Hope Church, till the time we moved to this campus out here. It's just been almost a miracle of God to see how it's grown and developed, and really the only accredited Christian school that offers a balanced education with athletics, with the arts, and all the things that bring to that. If you want to have that kind of experience, you really need to have to come here in this region.
Yeah, within a smaller school setting, within any school setting around here, with everything we have to offer as far as athletics, as far as arts, as far as a fine education to take to the collegiate level, it's been very, very, very impressive with our short time we've been here. We're really enjoying it, and again, it's just it's something special to be a part of.
Well, I certainly feel the same way. It's been a tremendous blessing. We see God working here. Just to kind of pass it on to some of the people who may not be aware, some of the students that have attended TCPS have attended MIT, Princeton, Penn State. We have a long list of colleges that people have gone on to from TCPS. We're proud of the rigorous academics that we have here, and but also, and more importantly, the Christ-centered, because in today's age, it's so important to have Jesus as part of every part of your life, not just at home and at church. School is a very important part of that. So
Exactly. Well, how impressive is that, too? That's wow. When you're able to send kids to MIT, Princeton, Penn State, top-notch, creme de la creme, if you will, schools in the country, and then obviously some of the great schools we've got here in the Southeast just got a lot of kids, and it's you're proud to be part of the TCPS family.
absolutely.
Well, thank you for stepping in,
Oh,
being
glad
able to
to do
put
it.
you on the spot
Thank you,
as
Greg.
Mr. Tiber comes sliding back in.
Give you back
Appreciate
to
your
the
input.
professional sportscaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I leave for like 20 minutes and you like already replaced me, Greg.
I tell you what, you're a dime a dozen. No,
I tell you what, if anyone could do it and he'll blow me away, is Mark Foster. What a good man, and he has a passion for Christian education, as so many parents out here, and it's just I enjoyed listening to that. Thank you.
sure, absolutely, too. And what a great ceremony we had out here too with some of our with all our senior boys and the drumline seniors we had out there as well too. I think it was a pretty special time for everybody.
Coach Halliday, they're getting drilled, and they are. Vardaman, it's a different class of football than we're TCPS in a 5-year tradition versus Vardaman playing football for decades, and people in the sweet potato capital of the world
Exactly.
loving their football. But Halliday, I see him at halftime, and he says, Steve, he goes, man, that's great about Dason. How many yards does Tiber need? And I said, well, 21 or 22. He goes, he's going to get it. I'll get the ball 40 times, but tonight it's about the seniors. And I tell you, he just loved these young men. But I go out there at halftime, and I get to walk out there with Zachary and Charmaine. And Zachary said, you're right, Dad. I said, what? He goes, you told me I would never forget my last game. And I said, you're right. And, it's emotions. It's just not the score.
No.
It's the fact that most of these seniors, probably all, but maybe one, maybe two, will never put pads on again the rest of their life.
Absolutely, too. And now is the time for them to just soak it in.
Absolutely.
When they get to this level, it's just like Zachary knows and all the seniors know out there tonight. You just have to take it every snap by snap and just remember this. Again, like you said, 95% of these kids never put on the pads again. And so with that being said, it's just it's a rare opportunity. It's one of those memories in life that you get to recognize and be a part of.
Got some scores. Boonville's beating Belmont by the score of 21-14. Faulkner all over H.W. Byers at half, 35-8. Tupelo, they've outgained Horn Lake 159-65. They're up big there. Water Valley leading Mantachi 41-3. Thank you. Medicine Central 42, Northwest Rankin 7, Starkville 17, Callaway Chargers 8, Okolona 38, Walnut 6. West Point leads Oxford 35-14. Thrasher upsetting Smithville 18-14.
Wow.
We'll watch that score as we kind of wind things down. And let me see if I got anything else going on here. I'm looking for West Chewbacca. Whatever.
Tibba Hall.
Yeah, whatever. Come on. Hernando 21-7 over Saltillo at halftime. So the Eagles have one half of football. Greg, this is it. Our career is over, you and I together.
That's exactly right. As we move, starting
I know.
first part of next year.
I hate that.
Yeah.
You and I were talking during the transition and just kind of talking, and I promised I'd pray for you and your wife as you guys make that decision. And God's leading you to the Gulf Coast, and just as God led me from New York to Mississippi, God's got a plan, and it's bigger than us.
Yeah, exactly, too. We prayed about it many times, Steve, and just an opportunity down there that God opened the door for us, too. So it is going to be bittersweet. I can promise you that, too. We've made some extremely good friends and just a family here, too. And this is a very special place, and I encourage anybody that's considered it to really look at TCPS.
So Vardaman's going to be receiving the ball. Even though they are leading this one, the Eagles will be kicking off from the right to the left. They're dressed in all blue. As I see some of the Eagles have found hand warmers. Some of the parents, I'm not going to mention who, but the ladies from Buffalo, she brought a bunch of hand warmers to the game, and the kids love Miss Charmaine. Oop,
there you go.
And so they're like, do you have any more of those? Where'd you get those at?
Yeah, exactly,
man.
too. On a cold night like tonight, you want to do all you can to get those hands warm.
But people in Mississippi don't know what those hand warmers are, but, man, they work great.
They do work great. I see a few of them getting full benefit out of them right now.
So some of the fans have left because the senior festivities at halftime are gone, but the parents, the grandparents, the girlfriends, the siblings, they're still here gutting it out. And the band is checked out. Where's the cheerleaders? They're getting some hot cocoa. And the Eagles will finish this last half of football in this 2012 football season.
Well, there's
Now-
a lot of people gathered around that hot chocolate
Yeah,
line over there.
well, wait till that fire gets going. There's going to be a big bonfire afterwards.
Be a lot of fun.
I'm looking for. So the Eagles will kick off Connor Chrisman, the senior. And did you get a chance to hear the interview from Holiday?
I did, too.
Yeah, that was cool, wasn't
Pretty
it?
cool. Pretty cool interview. I was talking about it during the halftime, and just special time for Coach Holiday in his first year.
So Chrisman kicks off from the 40. He'll be kicking left or right, and it's an onside kick. And it's going to be recovered by the Eagles. No, good job by Vardaman. It looked like Maloney was going to get a chance to make the play, but looks like number 15, is it Harris?
Britton Hare. It looks
Okay.
like Britton Hare recovered the onside kick there for Vardaman. Looked like when Maloney came in charging like a bull there that 15 Hare was going to let up, but he grabbed that football and rolled over and covered it up. Good job.
So it looks like, well, no, starting quarterback is still in the ball game, Cody Jenkins, but it does look like there has been some changes.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of changes on the line possibly, too, as well. But I don't think we've got the same kids out there, too. But still kind of a risk to have your starting quarterback out there right now, I got to say, unless you just don't have one.
Well, some teams in 1A don't have a backup. I mean, it's literally you got to go to a wideout or somebody, and clock's going to be delay a game unless they get a playoff here real quick. And now Coach Hollis has to call a timeout or then delay a game. And he's frustrated. It is a freshman player who was supposed to be on the field. And actually Walker tries to run back into game, and Coach says, get over here.
Yeah, get over here, too. We're going to call off the Bulls. No sense in getting hurt here. So, opportunity for him to get some of his younger players to play. But, yeah, Coach Hollis didn't look too happy about calling that timeout.
Now, I will say this, because I was on Coach Hollis a little bit in the first half. I heard from a reliable source that he did tell Coach Holiday, we didn't try a pooch kick there on purpose. We were trying to kick it to that side, and the ball got caught up in the wind. So,
well, there you go.
Coach
that makes
Holiday
you feel a little better.
Took him for his word. These coaches, they all know each other.
Yeah.
And you compete, but look at this. A coach is on the field fixing Maloney's jersey, and the play gets snapped, and there's going to be a 8-yard gain. Interesting. Smallwood was literally about 8 yards on the field. Maloney on the tackle, by the way, 8-yard gain for Vardaman. He was on the field, and they let the play go.
Yeah, you don't see that very much. I think the refs might have kind of loosened up a little bit out here in the second half.
I think
They're kind of
so.
letting things play a little bit.
All right.
I see him talking, kind of giving him the, hey, I didn't see it, Coach nod down there right now. So, kind of a funny play that time.
So Jenkins is going to be lined up next to Tavis Townsend. He's a freshman running back, and he gets the ball, scoots in the middle. Nice move there. He's got some wheels. Gets to the outside. Looks like a little hold there. No call. He gets down the sideline, is driven out at the 15-yard line.
It looks like Maloney and Jolly in on the tackle that time, but not after a long gain that time by the fine little freshman running back making the play that time. I lost his number, Steve. What was his number there?
Yeah, I think that's Townsend, number 6.
Number 6, Tavis Townsend.
Gain of 32 on the play. Now, we've called Maloney and Jolly probably on 4 different occasions tonight. As, again, your free safety, you don't want him on a lot of tackles. He's in on 6, and that usually means that's after a long gain. The good news, he has 6 tackles, so he give up 6 touchdowns.
Not what we want to see the third layer a lot of times. We want to get a little more penetration.
Sterne G. Neil Clement first down. Here's the pass by Jenkins, and he's brought down very quickly by Tiber. And then a couple more Eagles jump in, and there's some flags as things get a little sloppy there on the Vardaman sideline. Tiber made the tackle and then got up, but it looked like 2 more Eagles jumped on the pile, and they might get an Eagle coming in on a late hit.
Yeah, it was a pound of flags coming flying in there all of a sudden, too. So obviously 3 or 4 different views from referees saw something there. On the other side, couldn't really see what happened there, but it looks like it's a personal foul on the Eagles.
So Tiber picks up his 8th tackle of the night. And I believe he only trails Maloney with 9 tonight. 10:50 left in the third quarter. There is a brisk wind, and it's I think it's warming up out there.
I don't know about that.
No? Okay.
No, I don't think
All right.
that's happening right now.
Let me check the
It's
the
warm
weather
in here though.
It's 72. Oh, that's Florida. 46 in Tupelo. There you go. First and 10 is Sterne G. Neil Clement's first down as Jenkins takes the ball, hands it off to Townsend. He goes up the middle, and he is going to get into the end zone. A 7-yard touchdown run as Vardaman continues to score. And right now, I mean, it's all Vardaman.
Yeah, it's all Vardaman right there, too. Again, getting met at the safety position right now was really the first time we put a helmet on him, so but not before he was able to kind of lumber in for a touchdown. So, again, just not getting very much penetration on the line right now, not having an opportunity to make any plays, and Vardaman just takes the ball on the opening kick, takes it right down, scores 6.
A little bit interesting. In the beginning of the year, we really felt the strength of this team, besides maybe a skill player or two, was the line. And they started out a little bit better than their ending. And, again, I don't know. It seems like the line has struggled a little bit.
Yeah, we have tonight. Of course, again, we're really facing some big, strong kids out there tonight. But got the kick through almost. Yep, there's a flag on the play right there, too. I was going to say it looked like a running into the kicker situation there. And we're going to get an extra flag on the play, but not before they did score the extra point. And makes the score right now 53-0 all Vardaman.
So personal foul on the Eagles. Cody Smith kicks the extra point.
Looks like a flag's on number I'm sorry. Now it's 54-0 too with the extra point. Apologize.
Wow. Okay. So I'm not an over and under guy, but 54 is a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
I don't do that, but I know some people in the world do, and don't know what it was. Anyway, 10:22 left in the third quarter, and want to thank WAQB 90.9 here in Tupelo, Mississippi, as they bring high school football to you. The penalty will be charged on the kickoff, so the Eagles will start a little bit further back if they are able to recover and return this. Grenada's beating tied at South Panola 8-8 at halftime. Aberdeen is rolling up South Pontotoc 39-3. The Golden Wave 31, Horn Lake nothing. And the playoffs start, in 2 weeks, I think. Calhoun Academy 44, Briarfield nothing. Faulkner drilling Byers 42-8. Boonville doubling Belmont 28-14.
Yeah, they're kicking this time from the Eagles' 45-yard line with the penalty assessed. So obviously our guy's standing back on the 5 and 10-yard line. It's going to be one deep.
Landreth is the kicker, and he does kick it into the end zone. So the ball will be placed on the 20-yard line for TCPS.
Yeah, too. Best thing for that, just kick it in the end zone and make TCPS start as deep as possible.
So the Eagles looking to try to get on the board. I was told this afternoon that if they got close to the end zone, they had something up their sleeves, and they wanted to have some fun. I'll hold off to tell you that unless and until they get inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I think Coach Holliday leaked it a little bit during
did
his
he?
program. Yeah,
okay.
A little bit, too. So I think we could see maybe the bowling pin move.
All right. That'll be quite interesting. That'd be a little fun. 1st and 10 is Knight, hands off to Tiber, and Tiber will gain maybe a yard on the play. Is there a fumble? Yeah, the handoff never got into it, and that's it, fumble. Knight got hit when he handed the ball off, and he gets up very slowly, and right now, between the centers and the guards, the Eagles are just getting blown up.
Yeah, too. I mean, it was before the exchange. Knight took 2 steps back to hand the football, and before you know it, at the exchange, there was just a collapse of the line, for lack of a better word, that time. And here's Vardaman's got the ball first down on it looks like the 29. I think it's the 19-yard line of the Eagles. So
started Gene Clement's first down as the Eagles turn over the ball on a just penetration. And that's where, I look for Coach Holliday maybe to put the quarterback back in the shotgun. And guess what? Another flag. So we're in a ball game of 54-0, and the flags keep flying. But this is the flag you got to throw. When the 25-second clock, Greg, goes to a 0, you try to act like you don't see it for a second or two, but eventually you got to throw it.
Yeah, you got to throw it eventually too. Like you said before, a lot of 1A schools don't have the 25-second clock out there, but we do, and got to throw it eventually.
So Vardaman now 1st and 15. The new quarterback is Dante Walker. He hands it off to Townsend. He runs right and is brought down by Tiber. And Tiber tonight has been a tackling machine. That's his 10th.
Yeah, too. See, Dante Walker, who's usually their fine running back that runs the football to him, he's still kind of hobbling out there on that knee. I think he tweaked it a little bit on that injury a little earlier. So But it looks like a second down and about a 7 yards.
So now it makes sense. Jenkins' backup quarterback is Walker. So either way, one of those guys have got to be in the game.
Exactly.
Now running back is Crowley. He's a freshman, 6'1", 180. He takes the ball, and he gets some steam. He gets to the outside and drops his shoulder, and he scores. So a 16-yard run by Vardaman.
Looks like we got Charlie Forrest down with an injury right there. Looks like he's grabbing his left calf that time, too. Don't know if it's a cramp. He hopped right back up and started hobbling a little bit, too, but not before the Eagles missed a couple of tackles and allowed them to allow Vardaman to get in the end zone again.
So 8:30, and as it happens in high school football when it's a runaway, the clock will continue to run, and kind of like a mercy rule in effect. I mean, and right now, I mean, they've thrown one pass in the second half, Vardaman, but they've been running the ball, and the Eagles just having a hard time stopping it. This one is blocked, and let's give that one to, was it Hudson or Maloney?
I'm not sure who got that one. It looked like Maloney coming up through there, so I would have to give that one to Maloney.
Yeah, I see a couple of the guys going over and congratulating Maloney, so the block kick. So the PAT is blocked.
Yeah, I'll say Mr. Maloney has had a very good, Dason's had a great career. And this year, I want to say, Steve, if I remember right, it's been 6 or 7 times he's got blocked punts or blocked kicks this year. He's a beast coming through the middle of the line to get his hand on the football.
We haven't kept stats for that over the years, but if we did, I mean, I think you're right. And at the end of the game, I think we're going to have a couple new records. Hopefully there'll be a couple new records this year. The Eagles, not much to cheer for on the wins and losses. But again, if you missed it, in the first half, Dason Maloney registered his 258th tackle. That was on his 7th tackle. He's added 2 more, so he's at 259 or 260, one of those 2 numbers. I'll figure it out here after the game, but he continues to add tackles to that record. And that young man, his motor has never stopped. You know, when Coach Holiday today was talking about Maloney and Tiber, and he didn't want to single out 2, but there's something, his eyes was lighting up about those 2 guys. He just said, hey, you could just change your jerseys. They just play all out.
Yeah, they're 2 of our senior leaders this year. Have done a fine job leading us all year.
Maloney takes the kickoff return, and a nice return. He crosses midfield. He keeps his feet moving, and he's down to the 47. It was a pooch kick or a kick. And again, Forrest still having problems moving right now. He's been limping all night long, but nice return by Maloney, and there was a nice block in the middle there by Mullins.
Yeah, number 11, Michael McKinney, looked like came up and made the tackle that time for Vardaman, but not before another long game. Again, one of our bright spots that we've had this year has been the kick return.
So Vardaman on defense leading 60-0 as the Eagles, nope, they don't go to shotgun. Knight is going to hand it off in a quick pitch to Tiber. He tries to get outside, and he does pick up 3, maybe 4, as Coach Holiday, I think, is trying to find a way to get Tiber to get a chance to get Braxton Malongsong's record, and he'll pick up a gain there. The Eagles tonight, not much going on in offense.
Yeah, we just had a really tough time moving the football tonight. Right, left, inside, outside, just having a tough time to get any kind of penetration tonight, too. But, again, pretty good run to get a start right there, too, with a gain of 3 or 4 yards to get us started.
Quick hitter up the middle. He drops his shoulder. Tiber keeps his feet moving, crosses the 40 to the 35, and it looks like he's going to pick up a Stern A.G. Neil Clement first down, gain a total of 12 yards in 2 plays, so he continues to add up some yardage.
Yeah, great job that time, too. Hit with about 2-yard gain right there. Not sure what the total yards are that he's left on the record, but he's
getting there.
Pretty dadgum close right now, too. I think he had 22 yards a game before the half started.
Coach Holiday just said, Tiber, he's gonna get it, and I'm like, well, I'm a dad. I'll say yes, sir. And he takes the ball to the middle, keeps his feet moving, falls forward, and picks up another 2-3. Greg is showing me 4.
I'm trying to give him one more on the stretch right there, too. But it looks like probably about a 3-yard gain right there, too. So let's see as we add them up here, too. Getting pretty daggum close, Steve-O.
Yeah, he's got about 37, 38 yards, so Tiber still needs about 5 more yards. And, again, I have a feeling as long as that young man can run. Now, he's got to go to the World Series with me tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to go wrapping him up in ice bags, but the man's going to go.
You know, in the beginning of the year, you had 236 yards, 180 yards, so this young man has running. Tiber takes the ball up the middle, and look at him go. He is going. He keeps his feet moving. Give it to him, and no, he's going to be down to the 1-yard line, and that's going to be it.
Wow.
Zachary Tiber has just set a single-season rushing record with a gain of 36 on the play, and that gives him about 970 yards on his career, for his single season. Zachary Tiber sets a single-season rushing record.
Wow, just got to be a proud dad right now, Steve.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, he had a great career. He's still having a great career, too, and just – man, 1/2 yard short, but what a great job that time of really taking the ball through, doing a great job breaking, and getting it right down to the about a 1/2 yard line, too, as Tiber gives a point up to heaven right now, too, to thank his Heavenly Father for giving him the talent.
And that's what I love. Maloney and Tiber both pointed to the Lord. And so Coach Bourne meets him in the middle field. He gives him a ball at the 40-yard line. He gets a hug from Tyler Beard. He points to the heavens again. OJ, a alumni, comes out, and he gets a ball from Coach. So congratulations. And he didn't just, punch it over. He really blew it over.
Exactly right, too. I think he smelled the yards is what it was. He smelled that last 5 or 6 yards, and, boy, he got a little hint of daylight, and he took off as he gives Coach a bump out there and jumps up a hip bump.
Woo! Well, here we are on the 1-yard line, and we heard a rumor about a bowling pin play, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, Hardigan, Coach Holiday is going to look to get the ball, I think, the Hardigan to score.
Yeah,
and if so,
I think that's what we're looking
there could be a unique celebration, and now it might bring a flag on the play. But Coach Holiday said, Steve, it's been a long year. These kids want to have some fun. Now let's hope there's no fumbles on the play.
Exactly. I don't know. Doesn't look like the same trot going out there right now. I don't see Hardigan out there right now.
All right, first and goal at the 1-yard line. 5:27 left in the third quarter.
Yeah,
and
there
the
he
Eagles,
is, Dave.
Hardigan under center. He is going to take the snap, and he's going to try to do the quarterback sneak. And Tiber pushes him from behind. Come on, raise those arms. It's 60-0. Raise them, dudes.
It's got to be
Oh, you
close.
got to be kidding me, man.
No.
On the 1-inch line. Come on, brother.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the ref next to me. It's 60-0, man. All right, Here we go. Second and goal now from the 1.
I think we're going to see the same play again, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like Coach is giving him the roller. So.
Oh, you got to love it.
Yeah,
get
let
set,
him
get set for us.
There it is. No call.
And now he's going to lose a yard on the play. So now you got to move. Oh, he fumbled the ball.
Oh
my
man,
gosh.
Tough luck right there.
So Hardigan, they were trying to get him in the end zone, and the snap came a little bit early. And the Eagles, who were looking for something fun on a very tough night, and it doesn't work out. So there was two schools of thought. You can give it to the senior running back, let him score. But Coach Holiday said, you know what? These kids, they deserve to have a little fun, and unfortunately it just didn't work out. Hanby comes off lipping.
Yeah, he's still going to give it to Coach Holiday, though. He's still giving these guys having a fun time out
Why
there.
not?
Obviously not like we wanted it to happen right there, too, but give the kudos to the coach for giving us an opportunity.
So 1st and 10 for Vardaman as the Eagles turn it over on the fumble, and they're on the 1-yard line. And in the ball game now at quarterback, can't tell, but here's the run up the middle. Going to be a gain of about 4 yards. Oh, is the ball come out? No, it doesn't come out. The tackle is going to be on the 5-yard line, gain of 4, as Mullins and Cates is in on the tackle.
Yeah, kind of kept moving that time, rolling over to the right. It's just a big herd of players coming out, but not before Mullins and Cates kind of finally got the opportunity to bring him down. It looks like a 2nd down and 6 on about the 4-yard line.
So 2nd down and 5 now for Vardaman. And I know Coach Holiday. I have a funny feeling we'll get to that in a minute. So here's the quick handoff in the backfield, and again brought down very quickly by a slew of Eagles as Vardaman is tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, it looks like another Eagle slow to get up on this play right here, too. It looks like our Matt Cates that time getting up, but he hopped back up, too. He's been hobbled a little bit all night long, too, but I think Cates got in on the tackle, made the tackle. He and Hudson that time both, as it was just a straight drive up the middle. Another 3rd down and 5 right here for the Vardaman Rams.
So Vardaman now 3rd and 5, deep in their own territory. 3:21 left in the third quarter. And they're going to let the clock run down a little bit. And there's the quick pass. It's picked off. Dason Maloney picks off the ball and is brought down to the 7-yard line. Nice play by Dason Maloney.
Yeah, too. It looked like the quarterback dropped back, just a quick 2-step drop, tried to throw the football. Dason was just kind of camping out in the linebacker position. Great job getting his hands up that time, making the play. And we're back in business now again, down on about the 8-yard line, Steve. 7-yard line.
So Dason Maloney, the quick hitter, they were trying to hit a quick pop pass. And it just didn't happen. Dason Maloney steps in front of it, and I don't think you're going to see any bowling pin action here. You know, the ball's at the 8-yard line, and I think you're going to see a handoff to a senior, and it is the Tiber. He drops his shoulders, but again, not much push. Mike picks up, going to give him a nice spot here and give him a whole yard, maybe 2, but not much going on. They've had success over the year running behind Hudson, but I think Vardaman's caught on, and they've kind of stacked that side. It's going to be 2nd and goal now, I think, from the 5.
Yeah, we're following number 75 here, too, just back to back. And like you said, I think they're seeing that right now, too, starting to kind of lean towards that right side, too. So we're going to have to look at a little bit of some quick misdirection here, going a different direction as they've picked up on it.
2:14 left. It has been all Vardaman. Tiber takes the ball, keeps his feet moving, crosses the 5-yard line to the 4, and brought down by a slew of Rams. 2:03 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like that time, if I'm not mistaken, looks like number 20, Brady Pendergraph, up to make the tackle for Vardaman.
And just as I expected, I saw this. I know Coach Holliday so well because he knows that they're going to end up 0-10. He sends Lee McBunch to the press box to find out how many yards Tiber needs to get 1,000. I knew it. I knew it.
Exactly.
I saw him running by here, and I just know Holliday so well.
That's exactly right. Well, he wants to see these kids end on a fine note.
A little flea flicker. No, excuse me. Oh golly, I'm sorry.
Man, it
a
was
sack. I was trying to figure out who's in the ball game at quarterback. It's Knight. Knight faked the handoff to Tiber, did a naked bootleg, but was brought down in a 20-yard loss. I apologize for that.
Well, they had Hardigan. What he was doing is trying to slip across to the back left of the end zone, and he was wide open out there. But, boy, I tell you what, Knight had just 2 or 3 of the Vardaman Rams all over him that time, too. So just no opportunity to get the football to him. But he was wide open if we could have just got the ball up in there. Looks like we're going to go for a field goal here.
Why not? So the senior kicker gets a chance to kick a 34-yard field goal. Forrest will be holding, and he better hurry up. He's got 3 seconds to get it off. Here comes the snap. It's high. It's put down in the kick, and unfortunately the snap was high.
Yeah, really no chance there for Charlie Forrest. The snap came up. It was very high.
Now, wait a minute. Vardaman tries to return the ball, and the Eagles are going to fall out in the end zone. Touchdown! You got to be kidding me.
Wow.
The kick landed the 5-yard line, and Vardaman tried to pick up the ball, and now the refs are going to talk because I don't think Emery Mullins falls on it. The senior, let's see if they credit him for a touchdown, but the kick did not cross the goal line, so it's a live ball. Vardaman saw the ball. It went off a Vardaman player. It went into the end zone, and Emery Mullins falls on it, and the ref singles touchdown. By the way, Gunnels is down, or that's Cates.
No, it's Cates down again, too. Really limping on that leg right now, too, as he gets up. He's still fighting it off. Looks like he's limping on that right leg, though.
Touchdown! Emery Mullins scores on a touchdown. So would you ever see this coming? A senior, a lineman gets a score on a touchdown with a fumble recovery in the end zone.
Wow, just a great play there for Emery Mullins, getting an opportunity to. This is kind of a strange play, too, when the ball didn't go and Vardaman tries to return the football, and there you go, just a heads-up play, getting an opportunity to try to do it.
And that's actually Leighton Mullins. I apologize. Leighton Mullins, number 56, comes in. And just a good heads-up play. Interesting is Coach Hollis is out there chirping at the refs, trying to claim that should have been a touchdown. And 60-0 before that play, 60-6. Oh, no comment on that. Here's the extra point by Chrisman. Unfortunately, this is going to sail wide left.
Yeah, it looked like he hooked it a little bit when he got his foot into it too. But hey, we're on the board. So We're on the board.
Come on, let's throw a party.
He's almost trip on a chair here.
I tell you, a lineman getting a chance to score, he will never forget that the rest of his life.
Exactly, especially the way he just scored, too. How awesome was that, to get an opportunity to score? So just an interesting play, but great job there for Leighton Mullins.
And see, I had stopped calling the play because the field goal was no good, and it fell at the 5-yard line, and it started to roll. And the Vardaman player got close to the ball. I have no idea why he even went near the ball, because once it stops and there's no advancement of the ball, the ref blows the whistle.
Dead ball.
But he runs over and he touches the ball and kicks it in the end zone, and Leighton Mullins falls on the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Not exactly a play you see very often. It happens every once in a while, kind of what you called it earlier, a bonehead play. And it's just fortunate opportunity for us to get on the board. Hey, the shutout is gone.
Amen. Smithville has come back against Thrasher 28-18, and Tupelo was down 21-7. Now they are leading 35-21.
Wow.
Golden Wave, Tupelo 31, Horn Lake nothing. Wow.
A little fun right here closer to the end of the football game.
So Leighton Mullins gets a score, DeSimone gets a record, Tiber gets a record, and it's in a night that they'll never forget for many reasons, because it's cold and maybe because of the score, but that's another story. Christmas with the onside kick, and it's going to be caught by number 52, and that's going to be John Moore. Nice job. The ball was kicked into the ground, but it popped right up, and a good job by Moore falling on it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those ground balls that takes a high hop right there, what I call the Sunday hop, right to number 52 Moore. Did a good job grabbing it, covering it up. First down on the 47-yard line of Vardaman right now.
I want to thank some of our sponsors, Heartland Siding. They're proud to be a sponsor of TCPS football. And they're available at All American Vinyl Siding on North Veterans. And by the way, you're listening to WAQB 90. Help me out.
9.
That's what I was going to say. 90 point. I'm tired. 90.9, an American family radio station here in Tupelo, Mississippi. Hey, thank you to Rebel Lanes, a Maloney Glass and Overhead Door. And how about North Mississippi Oral Maxillofacial Surgery for all your facial cosmetic procedures such as facelifts and laser skin resurfacing. I want to thank Leland Chrisman and the fine staff at North Mississippi Oral Maxillofacial Surgery. And guess what?
Another flag.
There you go.
I think it was a delay of game. So, again, happens a lot of times when you put somebody in, haven't been playing quarterback a lot, too, so start it over.
And so now a new kicker in the, quarterback in the game, number 3, Ty West. T.A. is his first name. Is it Ty?
I think it's Tay.
Tay?
Tay West. Easy now.
Tay West.
Easy now. Tay West.
Lost the 5 yards on the play for the visitors.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter.
We've got 1 quarter left of TCPS football this year as a couple more fans decide that it's time to start the fire. We have a bonfire tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I tell you what, I'm going to get as close to that bonfire without humanly possible catching on fire as well, too.
I just don't want if a spark goes in my hair,
yeah,
with all that gel, it just kind of goes poof.
That's the same problem I have.
Is that what happened to you?
That's what happened to me
right
there.
checking.
That's where all my hair went.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Dwayne Thornton keeping the clock tonight. Good young man there, Mr. Thornton.
Yes, sir.
He provides some humor, and I don't know this ref's name, but he's been here a couple times. He's fun, too. Yep. I like this guy. What's your name? Greg? Hey, Greg, Steve Tiber. Nice to meet you. All right. Can you get us about 60 points here tonight? I got $50 in my pocket if you can.
We can try, but we'll probably come back out. I would never. We played Little League baseball against.
Oh, wow. Dwayne Thornton and Greg played Little League baseball together.
It's kind of a small world up here. As we're all huddled in the little house up here for our press box.
So it should be second and about 14, and the Sticks are trying to figure out where they're at. So, Greg, nice to meet you. I did offer Greg 100 to put 60 points on the board, but he didn't go for it. I'm just kidding, people. I promise you.
Just kidding.
That's not who I am. I promise you.
I was waiting for you to put that precursor in there.
So when does your family move, Greg? Is it over the holidays?
Yeah, we're moving over the holidays. Going to have Christmas here with the family, and then probably move between Christmas and New Year's.
But you're only 5 hours away, right?
Yeah, but really 4.5
okay.
if I drive, 5 if Jenny drives. So hopefully no of my state trooper friends are listening right now.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's not that far, but we're gonna, again, bittersweet.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and I mean this sincerely. I know like the kid, but we are going to miss you and your family big time. Good people. Tiber, another solo tackle. That's number 12 tonight, so he continues to rack it up after the 6-yard gain by Townsend. And Tiber and Maloney, nights to remember, is along with Leighton Mullins, getting the lone score for the Eagles.
Yeah, I tell you what, 3rd down and 4 right now as Tiber comes up to make the play. And hopefully we'll get a stop here. Obviously, we got a little spark of life. I'd love to see them finish strong.
We've got to pick a player of the game tonight, and we do have a couple guys we could choose from. And number 6, Townsend, takes the ball. He tries to get outside. But, he keeps his feet moving. Good job. It looked like he was being brought down there about 2 yards short. It looked like Weddle had him, but he kept his feet moving. Who had the tackle on that play?
It looks like number 61 for the Eagles, Emery Mullins, that time made the play.
Good job, Emery.
So, good job, Emery, that time kind of finishing up, but not before. I tell you, he just kind of kept spinning. Townsend kept spinning around, making plays right there, too. So
11th first down for Vardaman tonight. Only 11 first down, yet 60 points. A lot of big plays. Here's the fumble in the backfield, and the quarterback just falls on it. Someone who's the closest guy to him, 16, Weddle, will get the credit for the tackle. What's interesting about stats is when a quarterback in high school just falls on the ball, you still have to give a tackle to somebody.
Yeah, the guy closest to the ball,
right.
Exactly.
It's kind of like hockey.
Exactly. I think Weddle was the first one. There's a couple other guys coming in there, but like I said, closest to the ball.
Hockey, when the other team scores the goal, if you're on defense and you shoot it past your goalie or it goes off your foot, the closest offensive player
I know you're not talking hockey down in Mississippi.
Oh, you guys don't play hockey?
No, we don't play hockey down.
2nd and 15 for Vardaman. 10:07 left. Steve Tiber with Greg Jolly. Here's the handoff to Townsend. He cuts left. He tries to get outside. He is brought down quick. I don't know who made the play there.
Looks like Connor Chrisman that time stepped up to make. No, I'm sorry, Weddle. Weddle stepped up to make the play.
Good job, Weddle. Solo tackle. Loss of 2 on the play. And good job by Weddle. And
I think it was kind of Chrisman got some of the ball as well too, but I think Weddle was the first one at contact.
3rd and 2 sticks. What that means is 3rd and more than 10. If you're a referee, you know that phrase. See, I was a high school referee, Greg. You didn't know that. In New York.
Back in the day.
Seriously. Here's the long pass, and it's going to be completed short of the first down. The nice pass, a gain of about 10 yards on the play, and it's going to be 4th down and 4. Actually about 13 yards, and Forrest just continues to hobble.
I tell you what, he's had some leg issues too. I saw him hobbling around a few minutes ago in between the play. Anxious to see right here too. Probably Vardaman would see go for it, being being 4th down. You got 35 yards. You're out of the field goal range, so probably going to go for it here with his young guys.
Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, probably a running play, and it's a handoff to Townsend. He's going to pick it up. He runs to the outside, and he's trying to get outside of Gray. He's at the 30. He cuts back to the middle. Gray's going to – no, Weddle's going to actually – Mullins is going to make the play. Gray did a good job of forcing him back into the middle. Greg Jolly as well, but that's going to be a Stern G. Neil Clements first down.
Greg Jolly?
Greg Jolly. You're here. It's John Mark Jolly.
Yeah, he kind of forced him back, but a great tackle that time by number 56, Leighton Mullins, to come in to make the play and finish it up. But again, allowing that 4th and 1, 4th and 2 containment. Got to close the door right there, guys. But again, Vardaman's in business on the 12-yard line.
So they're looking for their 66th point. And there would be 3 6s on the – ooh, I don't like that. Okay, 60-6 Vardaman, 8:09 left in the 4th quarter. And the quarterback is West. He hands off to number 16. He's going to be brought down very quickly there. Good tackle there. That's by Hudson. And on the carry there was Brandon Washington, a youngster getting a chance to pick up 2-3 yards on the play.
Yeah, Brandon Washington, I actually coached him in travel baseball.
Come on.
He's an 8th grader. I coached him in travel baseball. Yep, fine family over from Vardaman. So
good.
Getting the young man a carry.
So is Vardaman near where you grew up?
It is. Okay. It is. It's about 15, 20 minutes from where I grew up.
Okay.
But I've coached him this last year in travel baseball. Yep.
Cool.
Good kid.
2nd down and 8 now from the 11. The handoff again to this time number 10. He's going to be brought down by Maloney and who else is that?
Maloney, Mullins, and
Jolly. Again. Come on.
And
don't be light.
Yeah.
Don't be light. I know what's going on here. You can't. 3rd down and 8 now. Gain of 1 yard. Gain of nothing on the play. 3rd down and 8. The ball is right on the 10-yard line. 7:05 left in the ball game.
Yeah, clock still running here right now, and expect to probably see that little quick pass again, trying to get in the end zone with some of his young guys. And again, he's playing a lot of his young guys right now too.
Yeah. So if you want to do something new with the young guys, great, do it. Number 16 takes the ball. He takes it up the middle, and he's going to be tackled at the 5-yard line. Tackle's going to be by Jolly again, and he makes the solo stop, bring up 4th and about 3.
That's funny. He got to tackle his buddy he played travel baseball with right there. Isn't it fun how all these kids get to play
It's
with
amazing,
and against
man.
each other
It's amazing.
too? So,
And that is Jolly's 8th tackle tonight. Is that correct? 5, 6, yeah, 8th tackle. Look at him. So 4th down at the 5-yard line, 4th and 3, 6 minutes left in the game, and a timeout by Vardaman. The formation wasn't set up right. So it's been a cold one tonight. Senior night hasn't gone as the way you'd want to be, but probably as most expected. It's been all Vardaman tonight. And again, want to remind everybody about our sponsors. This will be our last time thanking our sponsors tonight. Heartland Siding in Boonville. They're available here in Tupelo at All American Vinyl Siding. Thank you, guys. Maloney Glass and Overhead Door. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Year in and year out, they support TCPS Sports. Rebel Lanes, a new sponsor to TCPS Sports. Thank you to Rebel Lanes. They're on Robert E. Lee Drive. And then, of course, our good friend Neil Clements and Stern AG. I said it right.
you said it right.
All right. So if you're out there listening, Trina Finley, I got it right. North Mississippi Oral Maxillofacial Surgery. Thank you guys for being our sponsors. And, of course, the WAQB, Scott Burns. Everyone, thank you so much. God bless you and your businesses that you supported high school sports. 4th and 3 now at the 5. Quarterback in the game is West, and he's going to kneel on it. So Coach Hollis decides to kneel on it, and the ball will be turned over to the Eagles. So I think that's kind of Coach Hollis saying it's 60-6. We'll kneel on it. We'll give you the rock, and we don't need to pour it on. And so
Kind of a class move right there.
Okay.
Too,
Well, it's 60-6 though,
yeah,
too
you
now.
know, well, you know,
Come on, man.
he's got his young guys out there too, and he has pretty much in the second half taken them out. So I'm gonna give Coach Hollis an A on playing the move here on the second half.
Faulkner 54, Byers 22. Smithville spotted Thrasher 12 points in the first 6 minutes, and now it's 54-18.
Wow.
Okolona 62, Walnut 14. So more than just this team scored 60 tonight. 5:37 left. And the Eagles 1st and 10 on their 10-yard line.
I think we're going to see Tiber here.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling. I don't know if he has it in him, but we'll see. Here's the quick pitch. He tries to get outside. He gets to the corner, 10. He's at the 15 to the 17, down the 20-yard line, so that's 10 yards on that play.
Yeah, it looked like another Stern AG Neil Clements first down right there. So good job that time of really getting an opportunity to get out around the corner. And once you get the corner, he can go.
So from the 10, he gets it out to the 21-yard line, gain of 11. So Tiber closing in on 1,000 yards. Coach Holly, looking up here, Coach, I can't tell you what he needs, dude. Just keep giving him the rock. Let's see if he can do it. 4:55. And, you know, at this point, you got to look for those little small victories.
Sure, absolutely. He wants to get all the yards he can for the fine senior.
Just don't get hurt because you got to get on a plane tomorrow. Quick pitch to the left. Tiber cuts to the middle and keeps his feet moving, picks up 5 and 6.
Yeah, I think he got a clean 5. It's going to put us at 2nd down and 5 right there that time. So, again, as he continues to close in on the 1,000-yard mark.
He is getting so close. I'm trying to add 84.
Well, I'll try to talk for you there for just a minute as we go 2nd down.
It's somewhere between 10 and 16 yards, but we'll keep 2nd and 4 now for the Eagles. And in quarterback is Charlie Forrest, and there's no secret. Tiber gets the ball, and he's going to he keeps his feet moving. He might get a yard, and they do just allow 1 yard. 3rd and 3 here for the Eagles.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 right there, too, as Charlie Forrest. Usually when you see Charlie come in there, you look for, maybe the Wildcat out of there, too. But that time, the quick handoff to Tiber as we're sitting on 3rd and 3. I think we're closing in on about 4 yards to break the 1,000-yard mark for Tiber.
So Tiber is really close now to the 1,000 yards as Gray comes outside and Jolly goes up top. 3rd down, let's see if they can keep the chains moving. Probably 4 down territory. Quick pitch to Tiber to the outside. He tries to get the sideline. He does. He gets upside, gets knocked out of bounds, but it's going to be close.
I think you got it. I think that's 5 yards right there, so that's 1,000-yard mark.
Zachary Tiber has rushed for 1,000 yards in a single season.
Wow, pretty amazing feat. Great job for Zachary right there, too. Very good job for some of these seniors, breaking some monumental stats for these guys as he breaks the 1,000-yard mark. So congratulations to you, Steve, Charmaine, and the Tiber family.
I
But
know,
obviously, most of all, congratulations to Zachary.
Well, it's a team sport. We all know it. But at the end of the day, 60-6. You love that Maloney and Tiber get a chance. Don't lose any now, son. He breaks outside, and he's going to keep his feet moving. He's going to pick a couple more. Says, Dad, I'm not done yet. Picks up 3 on the play. And you don't want to lose 5 yards on this play, son.
Kinda takes
all right, come on now.
It's like, don't give me any takebacks here.
Coach Holliday's whispering to Tiber, saying, son, don't lose any yards,
Don't
man.
go back.
You're at 1,003, dude. Just keep it up.
Exactly. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Oh, me.
Coach Holiday,
You
he loves these kids. I tell you what.
He's a player's coach, isn't he?
He is. He runs out there and is like, you keep moving forward.
Son,
Don't let him check you up.
Son, anyway, 2nd down and 7 for TCPS. 2:15 left in the season. Is Forrest. He's going to go back and drop back to pass. He tries to throw long. There's no one there. Gray, I think Gray was supposed to go long in that play.
Yeah,
I think again, Coach Holiday trying to get Gray the ball, maybe to give him a chance to get a touchdown, the senior.
Yeah, I think so, too. It looks like a little bit of a mix-up of communication that time on the play call, and ball falls incomplete, too, as a minute 50 left on the clock right now for the Eagles in the 2012 season.
Well, Greg, thank you.
Thank you.
I mean it.
I've had a ball this year.
I know. Let's stay in touch, please.
Absolutely.
We've known each other now. You don't know this, but 13 years.
13 years, I know.
We've had some fun times. Remember the Olympics?
I do remember.
All right, we won't tell anyone what happened there.
Vaguely.
Okay, anyways. Forrest gives it to Tiber, and he's going to keep his feet moving to the 40. He's going to get a first down. Sterney G. Neil Clement first down. Gain of 8 on the play. And so this young man continues to add to those numbers. That's now over 120 yards on the ground tonight.
Wow. Yeah, it looked like a tackle by number 24, Davian Walker that time for the Vardaman Rams.
So Coach Holiday is going to finish the year 0-10, but you will not see Coach Holiday with anything other than a smile on his face.
Well, it's just been a tough year, but it's been a year, too, that he has not given up on these kids. I give the guy A+ for this year.
Here's the flea flicker. Tiber back to Forrest. He throws deep to Gray, and it's going to be deflected. Gray almost had the play. It was a quick pitch to Tiber, and, of course, Vardaman converged on Tiber. He pitched it back to Forrest, number 4. He tried to throw it downfield to Gray, and just by an inch, Gray couldn't bring it down. That would have been a fun way to end the night.
Really would have, too. Just a close play right there. I think you're trying to get the ball in Gray Sr.'s hand, like you said a little earlier, too, to give him an opportunity to score. But good coverage that time by number 4, James Avant, to break up the pass for Vardaman.
Well, players of the game, we've got to start talking about that.
We don't have to talk about it. It's Dason Maloney and Zachary Tiber. Okay. Those two guys breaking records. Dason Maloney and Zachary Tiber.
Why not? They're 4th time for each, and you know what? I have to admit, I kind of agree on that. Forrest throws deep. He tries to hit Tiber, and the pass is overthrown. So Forrest with an incomplete pass. So Dason Maloney and Zachary Tiber, the 2 seniors, exit as co-players of the game, and that should be the last play of the game. So the final here at TCPS will be Vardaman 60. And I'm sorry, quick timeout. Coach wants to get somebody in the game. That's all he's trying to do.
Exactly. Just a good job by the coach again, too, to say, hey, who has not played, what has not happened. We'll get everybody in here right now to get an opportunity to play.
So Dason Maloney ends the night with 12 tackles, which will give him a total of 263 tackles.
Wow.
So congratulations, Dason Maloney, 263 tackles, all-time leading tackler. Zachary Tiber now at 116 yards, 1,016 yards on the season. Unless he carries here, he'll be done for the night. So Dason Maloney and Zachary Tiber and the other seniors, God bless you, Greg. Thank you so much. The other seniors, Connor Chrisman, congratulations. Kyle Gray, Mullins, congratulations.
Charlie
Forrest, Hanby. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm going to continue to bark them out. Tyler Beard, Lee McBunch. Tiber takes the ball, and he's not done. He wants to keep running. He puts 11 more. He gets a Sterney G. Neil Clement first down, and why not? Give the senior running back one last chance. He picks up 11 yards, and that is it. The TCPS 2012 season is over, and Greg Vardaman puts it to the Eagles, but there were some fun moments.
Really was, too. It's been a fun year. Like I said, the scoreboards have not come out like we wanted it to this year, but I have absolutely had a ball. I think the kids had a ball, too, because when you're playing for good coaches and you're having a good time, you know what? It's not always about the wins and losses. It's about enjoying the life.
one thing I've said all year long to my son and the other seniors, it's easy to lead when things are going great. Real leaders are defined on how you play when things don't go your way.
Absolutely.
And that's for the coaches too.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, I know they're 0-10. This coaching staff has got a bunch of studs. You got ex-NFL players, ex-college players, all SEC players, all American players. This team will, I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, they'll be here. They'll be around too. When you've got Rufus French and guys like that over on the sideline too, just a bevy of coaches out there too. You're going to absolutely see this team start doing some serious things in the future.
So thank you again to WAFR. Just a quick reminder, Barrett Jones, the center for Alabama Crimson Tide, he's going to be our featured speaker here at TCPS at the Speakers Banquet in the spring. He's the Outland Trophy winner last year. He played at ECAS, where Coach Bourne was before coming to the TCPS. And a lot of people don't know this, but I got a chance to go to the pregame speech by Coach Holliday. And when he encouraged the seniors to lead, he asked them to play for their school, for their teammates, for God, but also for Aubrey Bourne.
Wow.
And he said, hey, he was your head coach all the way up to this year. Give it the best, and let's give Aubrey a shout-out, too.
Absolutely.
And so I know this was an interesting year for Aubrey not being the head coach.
Right.
But I know that he's grown, Coach Holliday's grown, these players have grown, and many others as well. The final score here, in Belden, Mississippi, Vardaman 60, the TCPS Eagles 6. Steve Tiber, Greg